we said, is the true hero. I mean, this is his story. He's on such a streak of dubs right now.
Oh, rickety. Right, let's get down to it, man. It is championship Sunday. My bad for being late, y'all. My bad.
Black trousers. Is that? Yeah, it is. So he's not matched the blue that the rest of the team has obviously.
Did he just call him trousers?
I
No, he's
do
the
want to also
captain
point
right
out the brilliance of Farah has to be highlighted. He has angled the whiteboard back a little so that the lights in the ceiling blur it out on screens that none of the other teams can read as strats.
True.
This guy is just on another level when it comes to hiding
the
team secrets.
Uh-oh, the hands are going again. I'm scared for Magnifico.
You just stare at this. If you're playing K-Corp and you just happen to tune into the stream, which I'm sure the players do, and you see this, I mean, Choga, this instill fear in the opponents. Just
like no one else is doing this shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, the whole thing, the whole setup is as good as it comes. Really, they are ready to go. I'm instilled fear.
Honestly, like I feel like Karmine Corp
on Friday.
Hey,
and I have been saying this for so long.
They did make it on time. I'm really hoping.
Like I feel like they are proving like the formula.
Someone DM
and we're even
Farah
starting to
there's a hungry
see
cat. We got to get these games going.
That'll get it sorted. Finally,
their other teams that they have.
It's not blinked. Like
yeah, it's starting to come along
yeah,
too. You know what I mean?
I do want to also highlight. I think we cannot stress just how good this KC team has looked yesterday.
Dude, they looked so good.
A lot of teams, flopping all over the place, and KC were not one of them. They were completely locked in, and even when their opponent's vitality started to crumble, they just mercilessly kept on scoring. They just kept going. Every goal, every single kickoff, every single play, it just looked like
this team looks really good.
Like they're playing, as seriously as the previous play. So I'm super impressed with this team, and I think
they might
Magnifico
kind of do what Vitality did last year, but then keep it going through past the split.
CJ, the biggest thing about this squad is how clutch they come up to. They're not perfect, they're not infallible. We've seen mistakes, even from Vati Goat himself. But the fact of the matter is, they always end up locking in and get themselves to these positions.
I mean, they don't lose game 5s or game 7s, and they actually don't lose. It's scary. Right. Usually they don't get there, but when they do, Champfield, Ryzen, and Vatira are just something else. And Vatira's been super impressive. I've loved his transition, the way he can adapt during a series. We see how important his third man role has been, particularly early on the Friday. Obviously, Vitality matchup was a little bit different. They didn't need to do as much anything too crazy there, but I mean, Shogun, you can talk all day about this lineup, but even Farah, when Farah's talking to the players, he has the 100% attention of all three players on his team. So that's the sign of a really quality coach that the team trusts.
No, not only does he have that 100% attention, he's also got the 100% tournament win rate, just to bring that one back, has not been defeated. Farah has not been eliminated from a tournament since the start of spring last season for an RLCS. That is 6 events, 1 in a row. If they can do this one today, Leaf, that makes it 7.
Yeah, well,
Vatira's Champ Sunday streak continues as well. What is that?
Yeah, I was about to say, how many Sundays in a row?
I'm pretty sure it's 24, going all the way back to when Moist started, or his team Queso actually back then, started to make a splash. He has not missed a Championship Sunday. He's the most consistent player. And now he's not just getting top 4, he's getting top 1s, it would seem.
Yeah, it's just madness, the consistency from a player like this, and that's why it's so hard for, I think, anyone to go against this squad. I've seen nothing but KCs in the chat right now, and I have a feeling I know it's KCs across the board for the analysts as well, because there's just no way you can bet against the blue wall at this point, unless they do start to actually falter. Sure, they drop down in qualifiers to the lower bracket, but they still make it through. They're still in top 4 CJ, and you cannot bet against them.
I think that if they need any more motivation as well, they win this. It's simple. They clinch the major. So it's not just to win and try and win another regional. They're here to try and take it all. And they're off to Copenhagen, perhaps 4 games away. So you have to go K-Corp. They're too good.
Yeah, that's the big thing, Shogun, is that this team also knows that they can lock in Copenhagen with a dub after this weekend. That's focus.
Well, when you look towards, players like Vatira and Farah, they don't seem to suffer from that. Oh, hey, we won something big. Let's take the foot off the gas. They've been motivated by domination, by just taking over a region for the longest time. Rare to find in a lot of sports, and yeah, that is not a surprising number.
A very blue screen right now. I feel like that tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, that's why do you think I wore this today? No, that was actually an accident. I don't think that much, but I'm not surprised you guys went with 85% KCs. I am surprised it wasn't even higher, but we have our matchup ready. Why don't we kick off Championship Sunday? Magnifico has an absolute mountain to climb. We'll see if they can make their way into the grand finals, but the blue wall will be standing steady in their way.
There are opponents that will stand in your way across time, and Magnifico have come up against a wall that seems to be completely unbreakable here in Europe. I'm Stumpy, joined
What
by
up, loser?
Karmine Corp versus Magnifico.
Yo, shut up, Ducky.
This is going to be a massive test for the new squad.
The statistics for Karmine Corp are absolutely insane. 24th Championship Sunday in a row. But hold the phone, blow the whistle, ref. Magnifico 1-0.
We analysed all the kickoffs on the pre-show. Johnny had a look at them, sneaking it past 2 players on Karmine Corp in 2 seconds. Magnifico, what a perfect lead.
I mean, you talk about these kickoff plays and how they do seem to be having a bigger and bigger impact at the top level of the RLCS. And whether that was a 400 IQ play from Magnifico or a mess up from Karmine Corp, a rare mess up at that rate, who knows? We'll analyse that one later, but it does just put a little bit of confidence into the hearts of Magnifico, I'm sure.
That's exactly what you want too, but confidence coming out of yesterday, that's got to be surging for Magnifico. We criticised that series versus Sir. There were quite a few basic errors. It was not what we necessarily come to see from the top
My bad,
squads,
chat.
but they had the result.
Yeah,
The
Mr.
sheer determination
Max
that we saw
apparently
coming out of
wants to get
Magnifico was wonderful, and a player
return to
on
sender.
Magnifico's side, Stizzy, his first time showing up at this level, the impact that he has made for 2 relative veteran players
I forgot.
alongside him.
Yesterday we
It's
were
the
talking
debut
about
that
him.
anybody
But he's
would
on
dream of.
Gentlemates now.
Well, it's the debut at this point in the tournament. He's made RLCSs before, but never the semi-finals.
they picked up Rise.
That's when the pressure ramps up.
And
When
a
you
towel.
start
They actually
losing
only
teams
kept
like
Vatira from
Karmine
last
Corp
year.
in every game pretty much, and that's what you can see. That response is fairly instant.
There's a great pass
And
through
this
from
team's
Atto
been
over to
kind of
Rise,
proving
who pops
why
it
it's
in
okay, 'cause
immediately,
they've been
goes for the
rolling.
man, leaves open for Vati, can come in, and Vatira on his
swept Vitality yesterday.
24th Championship
Held
Sunday
Zen
in a
scoreless.
row. The last time he didn't make Championship Sunday was October 23rd, 2021. 2.5 years ago.
Never in a month of Sundays. Vatira has almost achieved a month of Sundays. We're going to have to change the phrase.
That's crazy. A month of
It's
Sundays for
ridiculous,
Vatira.
and you know that's the kind of quality that Magnifico are going to need to try and find themselves over. And Atomic, he's another quality player on the side of Magnifico too. He has been putting up fantastic stats across the board, been the standout player statistically when you look at what is happening for Magnifico. But
I think
as a
that
trio,
BDS
we've
Oxygen
seen
game's gonna be
Tox
really good
come
too.
so close
I'm
to
hoping
making
our
it to Lands,
top
and
4
this
today
is
should
gonna
be all like all
one
6
step
and 7s.
closer again for him.
Is kind of what I'm
Just keep
hoping.
on fighting, as do Magnifico. It's such a good opportunity. If they can just win this one, then they go into the 3rd open qualifier ahead of Team Vitality, potentially others. So there'll be plenty of teams hoping that Magnifico lose this one. That opening goal won't be what they would have wanted, but they have been performing well so far, Magnifico, asking 1 or 2 questions from Karmine Corp. Here's another one.
Nice save from Atto.
Atto. So composed, but he does get
Or
down.
Atto. I don't even know. I hear it pronounced so many different ways. I guess it probably depends on your.
Vatira, pure guesswork as the fire and flames erupt around in that demo, shutting off any visibility. Atto pings it midfield from the push towards his own half. And we've seen a lot of damage.
Nice shot from Vatira.
Let alone from the ceiling. Vatira, a dagger.
Sniper!
Yeah, he's watching Stizzy like, oh,
Look at that, it took them
yourself a
cookies.
ceiling pinch, do you?
Cookies.
Well, not when I'm here. We'll turn that into a dunk for the blue wall and give Karmine Corp the lead for the first time this series.
We're approaching halftime and already 3 goals flying their way in, and being able to see Magnifico at this level is a fantastic, way to come into Championship Sunday too. Because what a side that Atomic and Tox, that they've always been part of. Atomic going to majors previously, not performing how he would have wanted, especially on certain Utopia-based maps.
Damn, nice save.
When we see, yes, exactly. We have seen him compete along with G1 historically. But they are a team that will be able to make lands frequently if everything does end up going their way. But a strong top 4 in Europe is going to be what stands between them and that success.
Well, so far,
Yeah,
Karmine
also
Corp have
BDX
just about managed to
will have
wrestle
Exotic
the
on
initiative
their
here,
team,
but
Ducky.
Magnifico aren't too bad defensively as Karmine Corp go on. Atto leaves it
From
for a
KC
rise.
last year.
I've got to say, when they get going, they make things look simple.
It's a lovely fake from Atto too, because then realistically, then forcing Atomic has to think, okay, who's going to take this shot? Will Atto touch it down towards Rise? At that point, Rise is up, he's made the touch, and he's taken the shot.
3-1 now to the good for Karmine Corp, looking a bit more comfortable. They'll be happy for that. Haven't been shaken at all by the opening kickoff, which would have been somewhat understandable just to have a little bit of the heebie-jeebies after a goal goes against you 2 seconds in. What we are seeing now is Magnifico having to fight for every loose ball. Karmine Corp giving them nothing, not so much as a sniff. As they are 3-1 to the good. Vatira goes up against Stizzy. Also going to the far corner. Now Rise should be able to get this one by himself. Tox is going up for it. Vatira is already there. He's already proving how dangerous he
Yo,
can be.
Ducky, I heard you and Rambo had some fun with perk roulette yesterday, eh?
And Vatira's going to be there. It is good demos. That might be something they have to rely on.
Yeah, we've seen how aggressive the teams outside of our theoretical top 4 do end up being against the top 4 teams. And it's a way that you can really show off how you can't be that confident if you are coming in as a top seed. It will be scary. Vatira is scary up high to the backboard. Stacey's going to be able to catch. And we'll
you glad you re-downloaded it?
When you have that solo player coming in,
I feel like it goes so hit and miss that
game,
game,
make
bro.
it so much easier. Take it from 2 defenders to 1,
I hate
or even
it,
to 0.
but then sometimes it's so much fun.
Looks so composed though. Every
rough.
time Magnifico are coming forwards towards them, there's always, I mean, I was going to say there's always a player there. There's always 2 players there. Rise is waiting behind Vatira, saying, "Oh, is this one?"
No, you're not happy you re-downloaded it?
Good man. It's fine, I'll get it. He wasn't needed in the end, but he was there. They just spread around the pitch so incredibly well, the Karmine Corp.
Good
But these
demo.
demos might be important. Oh, he snatched at it. That was a chance.
It was a chance for either Atomic to go for the ground pinch or Stizzy to end up going for a normal shot. Instead, they both try their own thing. It gets skied. A goal is not scored, and with 30 seconds left, it would have reduced that gap to just 1.
Hold on.
Atto is
With the demo,
Atto
it just
is
holds the ball in front of the
absolutely
line.
just
Oh
most
my
frustrating person to
goodness.
play against.
Emotionally devastating. A demo, a fake, leaves the ball, hands it off to Rise on a silver platter. The final 20 seconds. It's going to tick down as a bit of a
That's
formality.
tough, bro.
Karmine Corp take game number 1.
Yeah, they take it in the end, dominating fashion. I mean, it's what the predictions expected. It's what probably most of us believed would happen, but it's one thing to think it's going to, and on paper say it will. Another thing to see it here on the flesh. Always beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, of the series, I think this is the one that we all expected to be the quick
A goal
gist,
for
right?
Magnifico would help them out with Vatira. It's the professionalism.
They
shown
got
by
themselves
Karmine
one.
Corp. The game is won.
That's
and
the
still
good
not
news.
giving anything away. Maybe Magnifico will get a goal. No. Yet again, more saves. Do not give your opponents a sniff. They're so ruthless.
It's a shame that we didn't see Magnifico get that goal right towards the end as a little bit of a confidence booster potentially, because I think, as you said, they both snatched at it. They both had a plan, Atomic and Stizzy, and they weren't able to settle on who should be taking it. Karmine Corp, they take that full advantage, go down the other end, see that Magnifico are a little bit shaken by it, and can then get that nice tap in. Karmine Corp 4-1, game number 1. And after their 4-0 of Vitality yesterday, and not just that, an embarrassing of Vitality, the current reigning world champions, a humbling.
Oh.
It was a big moment, I think,
That's how it started.
in Europe, when you see Karmine Corp.
That's how it
with this
started.
brand new
I thought that
squad
was game 2 already
take it
starting the
that
same
hard.
way. I was like, damn.
They just have everything in their locker, Karmine Corp. I mean, they have the individual plays as Stizzy misses that opportunity there. They might have pinched it off each other.
Yeah.
It's
This
like,
play,
it doesn't matter
kaboom!
too much. You never really got the sense that
I always
Magnifico
love
were
seeing the
gonna come back
teams
into this game. What
using their
impresses
own,
me is the sheer variety of goals that Karmine Corp can
wraps
score.
on their
We
car.
haven't really in this tournament
The
seen
skins?
them, on the back row.
I feel like there are so many
if
teams that
they
you
ever
see that
get
don't do
there,
that, you know?
That's when they can fall back on the mechanics. Give the ball to Vatira, let's see what he can do. So far, thanks to their team play, that's not even been necessary, Stumpy.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that we're seeing Karmine Corp come through relatively chill as well. You look at their player cams, they're not going too crazy. They're making sure that they're keeping their expectations as, let's make sure, it's
By the way,
comfortable,
chat,
it's calm,
volume
it's cool,
good?
collected. It's what we saw from Oxygen
I wanted to
yesterday.
bump it up a
On
little
their
bit more
cams,
so you guys
they
could
were pretty chill. They
hear
scored a goal, they celebrated, but then it's, right, straight back
the
into
broadcast,
it.
but
Let's
still
make
so
sure
where I
we
sit a
go
little
through
bit
this
on top
professionally.
when I
And then they
talk.
have a very professional game.
Also, I tweaked my mic a little bit.
in
I was having some
European
issues peaking earlier
RLCS
before.
in the 24 season, which is an increasingly incredible statistic. And who knows when it will be challenged. Even Vitality in their unbeaten season, they lost a series, right? They had to go to the lower bracket to beat, I think it was Karmine Corp actually, last season. To
I
get
don't
one of
feel like
their
any of them
online
this year are
victories.
terrible.
And,
There are some that are definitely
they
better than the
lost-
others.
They lost in the bottom as well, right?
Well, they lost in the grand finals to Karmine Corp when it was a bracket reset. So they lost that series when they didn't lose the result in the end.
Ah, got ya. Well,
And
the point
at the
I'm making-
major, they got slapped about a little bit.
and then still won it. The point I'm making is that even by
Like, I feel like the Karmine Corp one's kind of basic, but I feel like it's also like kind of clean in that sense. You know what I mean?
That they will just yet. least not today anyway. They have had to win
I was
game
debating
7,
on getting
so
the
maybe
gentle
that's the
mates just for
blueprint.
like that
Other teams
cool
can
little
take
smooth
forward as
pink that
Tox
it's got.
takes a touch here. Into the center he goes, past Atto as well. That's good play from Tox. Stizzy is there. The ball's just gonna go past his despairing dive. Atomics to the ceiling. It's a decent start here in game 2 for Magnifico. But you need to do more than that, Stumpy. You need to get yourself some goals.
Yeah, shame that they couldn't really capitalize on that one goal they got literally 2 seconds in. Magnifico.
Ducky, is that, are you off right now, or are you working later?
You are going to be the strongest team coming
guess
into this
that'd be
game,
two different
realizing that you're the underdogs, and then taking any
questions, but-
advantage that you can get. And bear in mind too that there's only 4 teams right now in the world that are unbeaten in main events. It's G2, it's Limitless, it's Power, and it's Karmine Corp.
Not a bad selection of teams based on the regions that they're in and how dominant these teams have been. And that's who Karmine Corp can put themselves in
Limitless
fine
getting the
company with.
shout out on
But
the
so far,
EU
yet to break a
stream.
deadlock
Let's
here in
go.
game 2.
You
Rise
love to
gonna
see
try and
it.
change that now. He has Atto to his right, who just opposite towards the goal. Too much there on that attack, but Rise stealing some boost might be able to do a little bit of good work. Again,
Working
we're
on
seeing
sitting on your
professionalism
couch. I
of
love it.
Karmine Corp. They're starting to
Vibing today,
become
huh?
a little robotic almost, Stumpy. Even when they have all these wins, all these goals, they're not
You down
getting
for some
carried
Rocket League
away and
later?
chucking 3 men forward. The blueprint and the plan just seems to remain the same.
Approaching halfway through the game 2, and that blueprint so far is leading to a nice little neat 0-0. I'd say a 0-0 in favour, if I can say that, of a 0-0 towards Magnifico. They haven't conceded
Possibly.
quite as many
Hell
goals
yeah.
they did previously, obviously 0 compared to the 4 that they had in the last game. But a nice catch from Rise in the back corner. A flick does not make it over Atomic. He then goes below Vatira, who reads it, and we're seeing these pre-jumps over and over again. Some teams getting caught out by the pre-jumps. Makes them a lot easier to fake, but when you've not got the intention of a fake, if you then go for one of the pre-jumps and you move to read where that player's going, it's going to be a lot
Nice
easier to
little
work
pass.
past.
Atomic's going to just send this one
Hold
forward
on.
past Vatira. Things might open up here for Magnifico.
But they're
Can he
both
get
in the
around
same
ball
corner.
here? He does, but already there's 2 players back there. Recover so quickly, Karmine Corp their defense.
Oh,
Tries to flick it onto Atto. Can Atto
Uh-oh.
do chaos can he cause here? Plenty
Ah,
of
it's a little
pitch.
high.
It's more than he
Everyone
even
else is pushed
anticipated.
up already.
It was almost effective.
Kablooey!
And the demo comes out, even rotating out Karmine Corp, causing more trouble. Magnifico, though, do end up with the ball. Atto just sends that one long. Magnifico brewing something here. Atomic sends it into the corner where Stizzy is waiting. I think he's got a flip reset here if he can use it. He does, but sadly for him, the angles don't quite work out. But again, just little signs for Magnifico, something to work with until Rise comes forward and almost scores.
Yeah, fake out from Rise leaves Atomic flubbering for the ball. Atto with 1 reset, 0
Oh.
boost, gets 50. It's on target. With 0 boost, Atto is still a threat.
Atto, the only
But,
player
like-
for Karmine Corp who's even taken a shot in this game.
Oh,
He's
he
got
goes
4,
under Tox.
and he turns that 4th one into a flip
And I guess
reset
Atomic
dunk.
was
And as we were saying
not
last
expecting that to
game,
drop. I don't know
even
why
when the
Atomic was.
passing
It
plays
seems
are
like Atomic like
position apart,
hesied there a
they've got
little bit.
mechanics to rely on.
No boost needed for the
Unfortunate.
Belgian. Just
I mean, that's the tough thing about playing against Karmine Corp, bro. You gotta play literally a perfect 5.
So
One
far,
mistake and they'll make you
Magnifico, as we
pay.
said, they have been holding on well. No goals conceded until the final minute and a half. And they've had a lot of decent chances themselves too. That's a chance in the final minute for Rise to get bumped out of the way. Stizzy fakes out one, but Vatira stays in position. Just about his momentum keeps him right in front of the goal, frustratingly for Stizzy. Stizzy's going to be up, challenges versus Vatira. Now that backboard sees it go central again from
Oh,
Stizzy.
nice response,
All
though.
over the place.
Hold on.
Sets up Atomic. We have a level game.
Well done, Magnifico. They kept their bravery up. Stizzy refused.
Look
to
at
be
that
beaten,
pass from
kept himself
Stizzy.
in the play, and then got the perfect touch towards Atomic, who has the simple job of putting
Damn.
it away to make it 1-1. 52 seconds left.
Hounding the defense. Stizzy was everywhere on that play, and Atomic, right place, right time. Great initiative to believe in your teammate. And Tox now to the ceiling, bumps one. That's going to be Rise having to dive across net, gets it just away from the goal line. Final 40 with Atto in the corner. A booster from Atomic and a bump attempt, but Atto with low boost, and Vatira, he stays in net. The bump attempt was not
Rise second
able to come
touch.
through, and Atomic getting blocked out. And Vatira once again shot near target, but not quite on.
Oh, Tox, though, pops that one over to Atto, and Atomic
Means Rise
releases
is back,
Vatira.
last back.
Rise, how's your touch? It's central. It's not the best one, to be honest. But Vatira
It's all right, though. At least
knocks it
gets the
out
ball
somewhere
back
there.
towards
I'm not
midfield.
sure that's what Rise intended, nor is that
Hold
what
on.
Stizzy intended.
Karmine Corp
Vatira's
moving the
in
ball
here,
forward at
can
the end.
get it. Stizzy gets a touch into the center. Atomic gets the save. An all-important touch from the Spaniard. And then Tox sees things away. 5 seconds now between us and
Kablooey!
overtime in game 2. But will there be?
Yeah, overtime.
No, there won't.
All right.
Some 0 seconds drama.
Magnifico as well through this event have had a fantastic overtime record. They've had 9 and they've won 7 of them. Karmine Corp, they are 1-3. Only had 4. They have not had a good record whatsoever. So in favor of Magnifico. But will Karmine Corp have that magic that they couldn't show off at the end, Cole, as you were trying to lead them into a little bit of magic before we hit overtime?
All right, Karmine Corp's got
Might get this one
a bunch
over
of
the
pressure
top.
forward
Atto was
early.
hoping he could. Won't matter too much though when Vatira's coming
Ooh.
in. He's got the bounce off the floor, the half volley. Atto now coming in again. Karmine Corp has started overtime better, but that touch could change things.
Stizzy?
Stizzy, the
Stizzy gets that second touch in the corner, bro.
But couldn't quite connect.
Vatira now going long down that left-hand side. Atomic doesn't jump, Atomic waits it out, and then that leaves more and more time for his teammates to come back. Great play until Tox and Atomic both commit on that ball. Tox now waiting at the back. All of them find themselves relatively low. Vatira with enough boost to get a reset, but Tox yet another save. Now Atomic into the sky with boost, immediately shut down by Atto.
I'll tell you what though, I didn't like that.
Atto, I really like his play up to the ceiling, or like to go up, like to swing on midfield line, to then be able to make that play on the ceiling.
Certainly in with a chance. Atto, as Tox in front of him, just slows down, never wastes a touch, does the man. Tox then puts it to the side.
Who's on Oxygen? Archie, Ixo, and Oski.
Touch pass Rise, tees up Stizzy, who could have done more again.
Stizzy takes the easy shot. Takes something that, you know, he wants to just try and tap it on net. That's not going to work versus Karmine Corp. Tox, what a wonderful clear from him.
Not enough oomph from Rise, though.
Touch away.
He did well to just give himself a chance to save that. Rise could have done better, but Tox did everything he possibly could have in that situation and earned the luck.
Atto misses that chance, faking out potentially for Rise. Now Atomic at the back.
Definitely feels like Karmine Corp's had the most field like pressure in overtime so far, right? Question is, can Magnifico somehow find a counterattack?
Time and time again, Tox on the goal line is the man.
There's at least a clear from Stizzy, but it doesn't get past half really.
There
you go, nice play by Atomic.
It's not just about
allows him to get reset on boost.
As long as you can. To get down the other end, Tox, he is leading the charge right now for Magnifico, but Vatira does get a clean win. Atomic is now in charge of slowing things down. Letting his teammates grab some boost, get themselves back in the attack. Stizzy, man who's had a couple of chances, not being able to convert just yet. You think one more and he will. If he gets it, first he has to make a save or two. Tox sends it forwards. Our Karmine Corp getting a bit frustrated, Stumpy.
And Rise takes out that frustration on Atomic as well as Stizzy works it around. Can't get a bump on
They are
Atto.
making him
Tox
work. Nice save from Rise.
But Rise to block and a very convincing chance.
Hold on, looking for Vatira.
Pass it towards Vatira. Stizzy dives across.
Good job by Stizzy on the 50.
Brilliance on that lad's debut.
Oh, Tox is having such a blinding overtime, pre-jumping there. Just a charge down Karmine Corp, not making the same mistakes from earlier. And here he is again, slows it down, gets the touch, hits straight downwards. Wanted to land in front of the defense, doesn't matter for now because the attack continues.
Shot after shot.
All right, is this Magnifico's chance? Hold on. Who's third back here? Atomic?
That is going to lead into
it's a weak shot.
Shot in
Tox pushes ahead though, maybe Atomic can play it? No, Toe sends it to Vatira.
Wow.
Good bump on the Rise though to make sure this pass play is slowed down. Good stuff.
Yeah, just an onslaught. But to be fair from both teams, they're taking their turns and they're almost maximizing these attacking opportunities. Atto is going to be so much danger.
Yeah, but look at the boost right now on Karmine Corp compared to Magnifico. They're doing a good job of starting to starve him down. They got to keep the pressure forward.
Stizzy can finish it. Magnifico, that defending has impressed me so much.
Yeah, great defending there too. I think earlier we might have seen Stizzy lead the backboard. Instead this time, he waits on the backboard there, shies away from it. Atomic gives him the better call. They're communicating
Vatira?
so well
Stuff by Tox.
and it's showing off.
Rise
But
man
now
at least
Stizzy's
put
the
that thing
last
back
man
in front with a
trying
pass.
to
No one's
dive
there.
in. And Stizzy gets bumped on the backboard. Now Tox right-hand side.
4 minutes of overtime so far.
Just pass over towards
Karmine
Vatira.
Corp looking for Rise. Rise down to Vatira. Oh, own goal.
Unfortunately, it comes off the nose of Stizzy, but if he wasn't going to tap it in, Vatira
Yeah, Vatira was there for it, if
Yeah,
not.
you might as well get a touch. Hope you can somehow force this one around. Rise had already done all the hard work, getting it finally over the top of the
I mean, you
aerially
figured once they kept so much
defender.
pressure down there, right?
He
Like, at
takes a
some
cool,
point, there's
calm,
going to be a
and
mistake
collected sip
made,
of water,
and
a
Karmine Corp's going to make you pay.
Drinks break for Karmine Corp. Vatira there, Stumpy. 663 points, no goals. Just general dominance.
Yeah, making sure that he finds himself anywhere on the pitch. When you see that by 6 saves, 6 shots. And Vatira, must be happy with yourself. You did a great job.
I was going to say, Tox got 719 and no goals, so a huge game for the supporting players right there. And it's going to be a huge moment for the supporters because we have got a 2-minute tactical timeout.
Timeout for
by
Magnifico. Good call. I always feel like it's better to wait or call it on the 2 than some teams wait for the 3. I feel like sometimes at the 3, like the momentum's too far.
In case it doesn't quite go well, and you see there,
I mean, Magnifico really played him close.
It doesn't matter.
The first 2 games, even though the first game was what 3-1, you played him close for like the first 3 minutes.
It's the lesser of 2 evils potentially. So Karmine Corp getting a fantastic.
I definitely wasn't giving this Magnifico team enough credit. I'm definitely gonna have to keep an eye on them for Qualifier 3 when we're talking about pick'ems.
Magnifico's defensive prowess there was very impressive. There were 1 or 2 moments where I wanted them to be more aggressive in their defending, but for the most part, that's nitpicking. When you're up against the Karmine Corp attack, you know, there's going to be things that you could have done differently, and they'll still score against you. It's far from easy, but they do have this tactical timeout, and they're 2 games down. Will they be pleased at this point?
Maybe not considering their overtime record. You know, I said earlier that they were 7-2. Currently now they're 7-3. That's also going to be only the 2nd overtime win for Karmine Corp this entire event. I think you would look at that one as Magnifico's 1 to win potentially, considering their defense that they put up too. But it all comes down to that one moment. It's definitely a time for the coach of Magnifico to make sure that he keeps his boys composed. And also, I've noticed, Tox has shaved his little goatee off, which is a shame. I quite like the goatee. Oh, made him look like a magician.
Rip the goatee. Yeah. But we are talking in a game that features Vatira. He is doing everything expected of him. Yeah, I really had to force that one, but it's fine. We'll move on. Right. Karmine Corp, another couple of games to the good. They'll be pretty chill, right?
Yeah, I mean, Karmine Corp, you can see like the vibes in their room as well, in their boot camp. They're chilling. They're all wearing matching tracksuits, which is fun. I love that. Oh, we look cool. I think it's brilliant.
Not
seeing that come out on stage too.
Not the
tracksuits. Fat, dumpy little clothes won't fit my long body.
Game 3, Utopia. We talked somewhat meanly earlier on about Atomic on Utopia. Shout out G1 at the Winter Major last season. Hopefully that one's long gone. I'm sure it has to be
not endemic
but we will always bring it up.
yeah, that's fair. Once we
pressure
find something to pick on him.
That easy? I'm about to say.
Immediately we're seeing that Karmine Corp pressure, and they're not going to abate, despite the fact we've just seen a timeout come in favor of Magnifico. They're not going to slow down. They're not going to respect it. If anything, Karmine Corp are going to come out the gate stronger to stop any momentum that they might have.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think if anything, you try and see if you can take that little bit of timeout wind out of their sails, you know?
I think 7-2.
Like, ain't nothing changed. We're looking to break the brooms out, baby. Broom it up.
Have used it fairly well. It's a decent start. A question is almost answered poorly there by Karmine Corp, getting each other's way in defense. Rare to see. I think it was Rise and Atto just charging at each other.
Atto missed as well on that side one. We saw Atto talking quite an amount in the timeout too, so maybe he's just, you know, trying to get himself back into this game potentially. But a double demo for Vatira leaves Atto still scrambling, and that is brilliant play from Tox. Then ends up removing a player as well. I like him just getting rid of it. Send the ball towards the net. Atto then cannot possibly push up. And that's one shot on target again. A diving save happening time and time again. Tox goes high. Central for him. Atomic shies away from it.
Big clear at least gets him out of the zone. Vatira's doing a good job chasing that down. Rise with the second touch off the backboard. Vatira leaves it off. Wait, where's the tell at? And he already rotated back? I for sure thought he was leaving it off for him. Oh!
Score.
Great bump too on the back. I believe it was Atto who managed to get it.
Damn.
Chasing around, bumps Tox out the way. Sizzle has to come backwards. Rise hits every piece of woodwork on his way, and Vatira can then toe punt it home.
Well, they were trying to score as late as possible, so there's less time for Magnifico to equalise. It's very smart play there from Karmine Corp.
So clever. So clever.
Rise is not too bad at the old air dribbles either. He gets a couple and then charges the ball down to spray it out wide, where Stizzy, unfortunately for Karmine Corp, is the only player remaining. There's a bump there on, I thought Atto was going to get demoed. It might not matter too much, though, because Atomic has a clean shot. Another demo coming in. Magnifico certainly upping the aggression here.
Diving across net, or rather diving across the pitch as much as they can. Atomic touches it down, passes to Tox, back to Atomic, actually leaves on, maybe gets a little bit of contact, but not on target, unfortunately for him. And Tox trying to go for those annoying, not like nonsense plays where if you're Karmine Corp, you think, no, that ball was going here, that's where I'm flying to. Tox wants to dive in, be awkward, be frustrating, and the double tap does not go KC's way.
Nice effort, but not quite there. They'll have to keep on going, Karmine Corp. As we've learned, A 1-goal lead against Magnifico is not one to treat lightly. Vatira, though, he has no defense there. Is there going to be someone arriving from his team? No, I was watching that from his perspective, and I was praying a Karmine Corp player would come in to complete what he started. Instead, we have a counter-attack here from Magnifico. Atto is found. Rise has got demoed for his troubles, but he started an attack that's going to end with
that's
Atto.
a wide open
Didn't
poke,
quite read the
and you
miss.
whiffed. Ah, brother.
2 minutes now with that Karmine Corp lead still very much going to be bearing on Magnifico's mind. We've not really seen much change coming from their timeout, and the big push on the demos leaves their net.
Nice
completely
demo,
open.
nerd.
Atto capitalizes.
Yeah, just one overcommit, one attempt too many, one moment where perhaps you needed a bit more defensiveness against
Dog,
Karmine Corp.
can we talk
You
about...
can
Oh, y'all can't
understand
see him.
diving in
All right, look at
against
this
them when you're
man
thinking, how
behind
have
my
we only
camera.
scored
Y'all ready for
2
this?
goals so far this series, when we've had so many chances,
Oh,
we
shit.
have had opportunities, we have had the play, we've had them pen back, we've had them boost starved, and still,
The dude has like
Karmine
his,
Corp just
I can't remember which one it
refused
is.
to be beaten.
Has
Maybe now
his
they will.
controller
Supps,
on
good in
top of
shots.
his
Oh,
desk,
Stizzy
leaning on
certainly
it.
could have. It falls
I
to
can't
Atomic, who's
imagine.
bumped out the way, and Karmine Corp survive again.
And we've seen those alley-oops be part of the play for Magnifico over and over again. Actually waiting in the net was Atomic. Sees that Rise is going for the bump on him. Then Vatira comes in, gets it instead, but really nice play from him and stops the third goal from trickling its way in. But I would have loved to have seen Tox shoot that, despite the fact they've been going for those alley-oops, and they have been doing really well for them historically. I think now they are just maybe a bit too readable. Off the goal line, Tox again, shot down, Atto on target. It's 3 for Karmine Corp.
He just doesn't miss.
I was
does he?
kind of
Atto
worried that the
shows
Karmine
how it's
Corp
done.
game would
Look
turn
at
into this,
it's a
dog.
slightly
Like,
useful. He gets the flip
Same
set
Magnifico,
away
like,
as well.
they've had
For good
stints.
measure. And then the
And usually
finish
it's
is
like
imperious, Stumpy.
2-3 minutes
players
at a
as well
time
on the goal line.
where they
have to
look
jump, they have to
decent,
respect
and they're
the
able to
initial
play with
shot.
Karmine Corp.
But that, my
But that's the
friends, is
challenge
how you do a
about
little
playing
bit
against
of
this
an
team right
alley-oop
now.
play.
Is can you
Certain
put
teammates
together
like
a
yourself
5-minute game
score
where
the
you were
goal
just
at the end. Final
flawless,
minute, it's a chance
and
for
still
Magnifico.
probably got to catch
Can
them a little
they
off?
get a goal? Can they bring this back, or will they be going 3-0 down? Atomic snatches at that one, but sends it straight into a defender.
To quote you, to answer the question from yesterday, Stumpy, yeah. They could, yeah. They might, you know, they very well might, but then that's no slight on Magnifico. Karmine Corp 3-0 up
Hey,
in
yo,
a minute
chat, it
against
looks like here in a couple
anyone. Can they come
weekends.
back?
3 weekends?
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably not.
I'd also like to say,
Yeah, 3
like
weekends
the
from
Karmine
now,
Corp,
your boy's
any
gonna be
pro
doing
team
a-
versus any other pro team,
some
3-0
casting of
down with a minute left.
Undisputed.
Can they come back? Like,
A boxing game. I'm kind of
It
excited.
doesn't matter what the quality of your opponent is.
Me and the homie Llama.
It's not going to have enough pace to it. Stizzy passing out towards Atomic. Gets one touch very wonderfully around the side of Vatira. But Rise, again, that Hydra of Karmine Corp in a blue tracksuit is not going to stop defending their Dragon's Horde.
And it is looking increasingly like Magnifico are going to go into Open Qualifier 3 on equal points, no better than Team Vitality, which is still extremely impressive for an
Incredible.
unsigned team. by
And if
the
I end
way,
up getting a
any
key to that
pushing
game, I'm
right
gonna be
now.
probably streaming a little bit of
These
gameplay, I'm not gonna
guys
lie.
up. But, you know, you can't against Karmine Corp and you can't against Karmine Corp.
It's Karmine Corp wanting then to go through as one of those undefeated teams. Also, the reason earlier...
It's just not
everyone
fair,
might be
chat.
Thinking, oh, well, you mentioned Karmine Corp, G2, Power and Limitless. as
Like,
the undefeated
honestly,
teams
it's
in the
not
main
fair.
event so far. Why didn't you mention Falcons? It's because, and I'm going to put him in it right now.
See this?
Direct said,
What is this?
statistician,
Bro's
how
sitting
big
on his
Falcons
hands.
Might be to.
That just
And I
doesn't look
said,
comfortable to me.
think isn't good enough, mate. So I
Granted,
didn't
he's probably
say
not
it.
putting much pressure
But
on his
yes,
hands, but,
Falcons
like,
are also one of those teams that
I don't know,
are
man.
undefeated in that main event.
I don't think I've ever had, like,
Can't believe you just done that to D-Rex. He's never going to share a stat with you.
never, ever,
again.
ever.
The power I've got, mate.
In all my years of
Bear in
playing
mind,
with the
everyone,
controller
that
in my
D-Rex
hand.
types every word that Stumpy says. Stumpy has never had an original thought, ever. It's all just the words of D-Rex.
It's very true. I love beanies.
And I know, Ducky's gonna be like, man, it's a lot of years. It is, I know.
No, I get it. I'm going to ask you a question, Stumpy. Can Magnifico get the reverse sweep? There's only one answer.
Yeah?
Yeah,
No,
they could. They might. They've been in every game.
Karmine Corp,
They've been
bear
in every
mind,
game.
last Open Qualifier, they got a reverse sweep versus BDS in the semi-finals. They know what it's like to be on that 3-0 down and then to come through and win. Magnifico, the mountain was high at the start, and they have put in a shift.
All right,
I have
chat, let's
been
see if Magnifico can at
impressed
least
with
give
Magnifico
themselves
this
one.
entire event so far. They came through over Sir in the quarterfinals. Our closest
If you're
quarterfinals it
Magnifico,
was.
you can get
And
one
their
and tell
qualities
yourself you're
only
better than
improved, and
Vitality.
that's gonna be
Shut up,
topped
Duck.
on the immediacy. It's a goal.
Not the first time we're seeing an early kickoff goal here for Magnifico. Decent play.
Nice kickoff goal for
50-50
Magnifico.
play, knew what he was doing, gets the ball towards the Karmine Corp goal. This time they've learned, they've become acclimatized to the speed that Karmine Corp
You ain't
play.
lying, though. That
Are
is
they
a lot
gonna
of
be
years.
able to make the most of their early. That's another decent kickoff from them as well, actually. Rise, he takes the touch, but he's under a little bit of pressure with that one. And Magnifico, once again, I'm liking what I'm seeing from them. They have never let their heads drop.
Yeah, not at all. That kind of determination will get a team extremely fast. Stizzy finds Atomic, gets the catch. It's a little bit awkward. Gets the ball in the end, though. Makes the best of it.
All right,
And the
Magnifico
timeout was
giving
too
us
good.
one.
It wasn't
Let's
this
go.
game, it was the last one. Atomic, he is learning.
Nice
I love
bump.
that as well, especially against Rise, because I remember a goal yesterday
Way to
from
be aggressive.
Karmine Corp versus Vitality, where Rise just parked.
Y'all know I
in
love me
front
some
of one of
aggressive
Vitality
gameplay.
defenders. It's sort of nice to see him get his just desserts a little bit, because Atomic has, you know, played him for a fool there.
Oh, Atomic, can you get on the side of that? It's just wide, but Tox, a ceiling pinch, the pass, and the potential coming through for Magnifico. Karmine Corp, lads, you've got to chase down being 2-0 down within 30 seconds. How do they respond?
Magnifico running rings around them right now. Keep on pushing is the only thing that
I
we
just
can
make
request
new
here.
accounts and act
Atomic's
like a
gonna get
child.
Boost. Atto is not
Good
the
job,
same. Someone goes to the ceiling. Atto into the center instead. Here comes Rise. They're reading it though. They're reading it. They're knowing what Karmine Corp are going to do, maybe for the first time.
Sent long from Stizzy, then returned to Stizzy. From Atto, Rise sends it high. Tox now midfield. Atomic can shoot that as she takes it low. I love the idea.
Damn. All right, Magnifico actually turning up now. Hold on.
Atomic's touch here. I saw this moment now, and I was like, oh, that's not the best touch. But he knew what he was doing.
Forced it.
He reread Vatira, forced it the way in. Plenty of ways to score a goal. 3-0 Magnifico.
Completely muscles Vatira out the way. Shows him who's boss. And it wouldn't be a European series without a kickoff fiasco.
This is brilliant. What, is it a fiasco or is it just a good kickoff from Karmine Corp?
No,
They've gone for the bot pinch and it's worked. I love it.
It's a fiasco for Magnifico, the fact that they've just scored being the point. That was brilliantly choreographed by Karmine Corp.
Dude, Karmine Corp's
You could say
kickoff
a
strategies.
magnifiasco.
I don't want to.
I don't want to.
3-1, Karmine Corp attempting to get a nice big comeback here in game number 4. Of course, they are way up in the series. No alarm bells ringing just yet.
shit.
But we're seeing a sense of their professionalism as Rise goes to the edge of one. He misses
I'm gonna have to
it.
remember that for when
With the
Llama
wonder
breaks
save,
out
arriving
one
like
of the
Superman. Where's that ball going to land? Only towards Atomic's
one of the
leg.
dad jokes.
Atomic
Over
taken
across
away.
two.
A teammate to his right. Stizzy's there. Tox is just waiting. Good shape in this game to Magnifico. A bit more attacking. Pushing forward more often.
I think finding themselves also, yeah, you're right, and they're also finding themselves a little bit more pushed out. Stizzy taps it
Nice.
onward with the inversion.
Ooh.
What a pass! Central division from Atomic. My gosh, man.
Nolly-esque from the full major last season when he just opted to pass when everyone else was screaming shoot. Atomic made the exact same choice there. Tox was on the same wavelength, and once again Magnifico have a 3-0
reverse
lead.
sweep territory?
Magnifico
I
pass central
mean,
time and time again, and that kickoff, by the way, Rise is there to take the shot.
Oh, well,
Tox
maybe not.
shuts him down. It still goes in favor of Karmine Corp. Few more seconds burned off the clock, but that demo slowed them down for a minute. Atto then fakes out Stizzy, takes that low 50, doesn't wait to jump to the last second. Knows Vatira is going to be on his left, who can then take the shot on the open net after that 50 has concluded. Karmine Corp shut their gap down to just 2 goals, but this has been so many kickoff strats.
Oh my goodness, Farah over here is just pushing things all over the place on his abacus, trying to figure out which 500 IQ to play next. Causing perpetual motion in the background behind Karmine
Nice
Corp.
pass.
Now they can look nice and
Atomic
calm.
was trying to get that
Steam
second
being
touchdown and ends up
generated
going
by
high.
their
That's
French
tough. If that goes down, his trailer was in
Halfway
position.
through the game, and this has been Magnifico's to win. If they don't get this one, they are going to be out of the competition. As you said, Cole, they're going to be drawing on points of vitality. Doesn't matter too much, but a win would be huge. It would open up that 4th spot tremendously.
Atomic wanted Tox to be in a little bit sooner there, but Atto saw what was coming. Now Tox has to do some defending. He is relieved. I was going to say he's relieved that Atto's put that one across, but Atto had a second plan, as he always seems to do. He waits around that ball, then pops it up. He's got anyone from his team arriving. Vatira, he goes to the ceiling. Won't be able to do anything with this second touch, but Rise, he's there arriving. Stizzy, though, the ball pops out to him. He do a little bit of damage.
That was
here.
an interesting little touch.
Slight wave of attack there from Karmine Corp when it looked like
Atomic moving it
cooking.
forward.
Tell you what, the doink into the reverse air dribble is something that I didn't know I needed to see in pro play. Stizzy, you've got to do it again for me, kid. That was wonderful. And Rise gets on the end of a wonderful pass to Vatira to Rise, the old duo back at it.
There they are, Stizzy, he got bypassed, and then Vatira not just popping it off for Rise, then going for the bump
Nice
as well
pass.
to make the save even harder. And now, Stumpy, the nerves, they swing back that pendulum of fear towards Magnifico because they have only got a 1-goal lead remaining.
Atomic double demo, but Atto on the backboard does get shut down. Tox is going to be there to block, and then Stizzy midfield.
Rise over to
shooting
Vatira.
right on target. Tapped on by Rise. We are seeing Karmine Corp really start to show their teeth.
Yeah, every touch now that Magnifico are able to get is going to be massive for them. A double commit, though, from Karmine Corp. A rare error. Will waste some boost, will waste some positioning. Can Magnifico make anything from it? Atomic is going to leave that one to Vatira. Couldn't quite get the slight touch that he wanted. Nor could Rise divert that one goalwards. Tox up against Atto. Good play from him yet again. He's impressed me this series. Gets it towards Stizzy. Rise nips in there. Atto's in front. You know he's going to cause some chaos. Rise gets the flip reset. and Atomic sends it wide.
Pass up.
Atomic
Tox.
didn't just send it wide.
Tox looking for the second touch.
That stops that equalizing goal from flying in. The final minute, do or die for Magnifico. Atomic wants to challenge on that ball as early as
Vatira up to
possible.
Rise.
Vatira
Rise looking
finds
for Atomic.
Finds Atto, who shines away
Or not
from him,
Atomic,
realizes
it's
that Tox
Atto.
is
I'm an
gonna be
idiot.
there
Atomic's on
first.
Magnifico.
That allows his attack to continue in a completely different fashion.
Stizzy, though, gets an all-important touch.
The
Almost
A's
gets
and the
second as
T's
well.
and the
Atomic
O's, you know what I
sends it
mean?
goalwards, won't score from this, but does make Atto have to think for
It's time off the
what's
clock.
going to be happening next, and it's more time off the clock. More good stuff for Magnifico.
Two demos that create space. Stizzy punches it home.
Stizzy to send it home. 2 ahead now. They bring themselves yet another buffer in an 8-goal
Big demos by Tox.
Magnifico show their mettle. When you're so many goals up and Karmine Corp just keep coming back, it gets terrifying. But 2 goals to the good. If they can just survive this kickoff, another bot kickoff comes in, Vatira might be able to win it. But with that touch there from Stizzy, Magnifico make themselves huge favorites. Tox can't quite finish it, though.
Chat, after the series, I'm going to have to bring in some groceries.
Atomic with yet another great touch, puts it out of the reach. Stizzy with a pre-jump. Don't think it matters if he makes contact here. Magnifico, when they needed to, in game number 4, 3-0 down, they have secured at least 1 game against the Giants of Europe.
Soon as this ball hits the floor, this series will be alive and well. Rise can't do anything more with it. And there you see, winner Magnifico. And I still love this camera. It's so cool watching it from there. It reminds me of going around at different events.
Are you feeling my swag? Are you feeling my flow? Man, I see you in the crowd like
Hey, yo, Hawk coming through with the raid?
Party don't stop until I drop my flow. Are you feeling my swag? Are you feeling my flow? Man, I see you in the crowd like every single show. When you steady
What up, Hawk? How you doing, homie?
Party don't stop until I drop my flow.
Shit, chilling, bro. Chilling. It is Championship Sunday for EU for Qualifier 2 for RLCS. So we're tuning in, watching some games. Been good, man. Been good.
Extra weird because Rise took
Staying
6
busy.
shots to Atto and Vatira's 1 each.
The
I don't know how the points were.
high school league up here in my state starts up this week, so I'm about to be even more busy starting this week.
There you go, you can see it there.
Not just with casting, but I'm gonna start doing some more content for them, doing like top 5 videos for weeks and stuff like that. Like yesterday, I was actually working with the producer for like the preseason video. I think either getting released today or tomorrow.
Contributing almost identically.
That like is like the release of the schedules and stuff. But welcome in, Raiders, man. Appreciate everyone coming in, hanging out with your boy. Any friend of Hawks, a friend of ours over here in the community. I am your boy Q. Honestly, over here on the channel, man, we mostly just do like a lot of esports stuff at this point. We do some Rocket League from time to time. We might do a throwback DVD every once in a while, but honestly, I'm not even really playing that much. Most of my time now spent is in casting or doing like esports, like journalistic style stuff to kind of go like start building my brand along with that. So if y'all are esports fans, feel free to kick back and hang out with your boy. It's like we already got a very early goal here in game number 5. That's actually kind of wild. But yo, Hawk, appreciate you, man. Anyone who's in here who doesn't know Hawk, I'm gonna need y'all to get your lives together. It's one of the A1s since day ones right there.
Martins Ferreira are Karmine Corp. They are so specific.
Does a variety of games. I know we got some horror fans. I know Hawk's been doing a decent amount of Phasmo lately. Playing Hawk. What's Hawk?
But now they've still got to do some work to get there. Vatira is almost found by Rise. He is in the end.
How are the games?
Up against Vatira. Vatira to the ceiling. Would love to equalize here and now. Toxin only get as far as Atto, and it's a simple goal in response.
We're seeing the Sharks on the floor take out as many players on as they can. Karmine Corp are not letting up. When they see anybody sitting a little bit still, they wait. They see them, they then strike.
Oh, so is it like so shades of Scavenger-esque?
Fairly neutral kickoff there. I was wondering if we'd see something spicy from Karmine Corp because they are just full of these, but no need just yet. I guess they're saving them. Oh, lovely dodge there from Atomic to get the ball and bypass Rise, who was charging at him.
Not as fun. Man, I thought Scavengers had a lot of potential. I really wish it would have taken off more.
A 1v1, and the midfield doesn't even have the ball cross it. There's a minute in now, both of our teams drawn completely level. Atto backboard bound. Atomic there's going to be touching it down low. No one's to receive. Rise into central, but a nothing touch leaves Vatira to go for a touch. Can't quite get anything from that either. We're seeing a good few amounts of trying to go for some pre-jumps, pre-movements.
People didn't understand Scavengers, you think?
So though, he could make something happen. He gets the floor pinch. Just a box of tricks right now. As I said before, even more so than on his liquid days. It's amazing.
I don't think a lot of people realize that the PvP was more supposed to be an element at the end versus during.
He's been with Karmine Corp for such a long time now. Done it all with them.
I mean, you could do it during, but
a couple of them. Tops up to make the save in the top corner. Karmine Corp starting to get the initiative here against Stumpy.
Definitely Karmine Corp putting on that pressure. Rise backflipping away from the ball. We said they were a Hydra.
Because those end games would be fun when you had a lot of teams trying to extract at the end, and you had like something like usually a team, maybe two that were able to get into the drop ship.
And again, business as usual for the blue wall.
Yeah, Karmine Corp also close to the ball as well, though, which, you know, is a risky play. One big clearance and the ball goes over your head, but they know exactly what it's doing. They seem to read 3 steps ahead to put themselves 1 goal ahead. But Atomic does have control of the ball here. Tackled so smoothly by Atto.
Oh,
he's following this one as well. Toxis fakes him out, lets him do his little dance in the far corner. And he can go himself, gets it past Vatira. Rise to the last man back until Atto is demoed, which is actually quite helpful here for Karmine Corp. Atomic is up. Can he get a pass?
You gonna be playing more Hawked, or didn't really feel it this time around?
Magnifico.
Was this like your first time playing it?
They're starting to snatch at these balls a little bit more. They're starting to almost seem somewhat rushed. It's not a bad shout. You need to be quick playing versus Karmine Corp, but you need to make sure the chances you have. And when you have Tox as a precision missile diving across the pitch,
dude, Tox is trying to play aggressive to build space in their offensive zone, which you don't see a lot of teams doing.
Quite get his car around the ball to generate the
That's fair.
So he's missed that one.
I think especially with right now where the gaming industry's at, nothing like
magnificently throughout this series.
New and like groundbreaking is coming out, you know?
Can he do that little bit more? Instead,
so I feel that.
Going to go over him. Rise. It's too much on that one. A bit too much spice. Atto is in the center for it. And we'll keep it going as well. Rise just waiting. All I see from Atto's perspective is Rise drive into the way, turn around, and just look like, what are you going to do? I'm here.
And Rise has been taken out
Hawk, are you a
from the pitch, and now he's going to be
boxing fan? So I know,
from the backboard.
If I remember right, you and Little Hawk would do like wrestling stuff. I wasn't sure if you were like a boxing MMA guy.
It's a drop down, but the angle isn't quite there.
Magnifico just cannot be put to bed though here by Karmine Corp. They'll keep on going. 1 goal will change everything.
Not as much as it used to be.
Dunked out by Stizzy. Great play from him. Rise clears it long, but Tox is waiting. A bit of pressure here from Magnifico.
Oh, nice shot!
That is a quality Rocket League goal at any level.
That's beauty. Tox high. Avoids that next touch completely, fakes out Atto, who's already dived off the backboard. The shot from Atomic is pixel perfect. Drawn level, final 90 seconds, as it was in the previous game, do or die for Magnifico.
A key period in this series.
There is a new-ish
towards Copenhagen. If they can hold their nerve here,
boxing game,
upset, keep on going.
And there's like a league that's wanting to start. And me and one of my cool like duos that we do a couple different games, Llama, picked up the gig. I'm kind of excited. I think it's gonna be fun. It's a boxing game.
Double demo.
Magnifico hearts, but not this time.
Tox pushes down pitch.
Undisputed.
Removes him from it.
It released on Steam early last year.
Dribbles it towards that left-hand side. Materia's going to catch it and then continue with a little bit of incentive to make sure this does not go to overtime where it favors Magnifico despite the win earlier for Casey. Atto up for the double and puts Magnifico down for the count.
Oh no!
Bullet, a tiny bit of space, and he uses it to its fullest advantage. Not an easy chance at all, Stumpy, but of course he made it look so.
Slices the net in half and may well have cut the dreams of Magnifico in half as well. The kickoff, as we said earlier.
You played it? Did you enjoy it?
Basic for Karmine Corp. They're playing it safe. Atto now up. Not enough boost to
I know that there aren't very many good fighting games released these days, so that's why I'm kind of excited to see if it might be decent.
But look at Atto going for the bumps in place of Rise. Vitira waiting, taking it calmly. Their defense is going to frustrate Magnifico at this point, but that is a great dive in.
10 more seconds. Atomic has to tackle Vitira, and he does. Tox is coming in. Can he do something with this ball? It has to be now. Vitira, he's wall dashing his way just to get something on the ball. Low on boost, Karmine Corp, but high on spirit. Stizzy up against Rice. He gets the bump. Does he know? He just missed it. The two Karmine Corp players take each other out. Stizzy doesn't hit the ball, but Stizzy couldn't get the touch. Magnifico remained scrappy until the end, but Karmine Corp have too much and make yet another grand final.
So from what I was reading, it seems like it's very like in-depth and intricate with the mechanics of like the actual in-game fighting. It was talking about how many different like varieties of punches and stuff there are.
What is that Karmine Corp move on to the grand finals.
The graphics look pretty smooth.
The first EU team to book their place to Copenhagen. So if you will be there, you will see.
So I'm hoping if we're going to be casting an event that these guys who are playing are people who have
so everyone there roots for them. I don't know.
Put some time into it, and it's just like calling some boxing, because I think that'd be kind of fun.
A performance though from
I might not know all the technical details. That's why I'm kind of excited that they might be getting us keys. If they get us keys, I'm going to definitely put some time into the game before. It's here in like 3 weekends.
The best forms we have ever seen from him. And what a future himself and Magnifico have together as a team.
Yeah, any orgs watching right now, Magnifico are a team worth picking up. If they don't make top 4 for this major, they've got
also chat, for any of y'all who just got smacked with that ad like the last 30 seconds of that game, my bad. But also get wrecked. No, I'm going to try and do a better job in the next series to make sure we're getting ads in between like games and stuff versus in games. That's my fault. Yeah, I mean, from the stuff that I saw, not only on Steam, but I did a little look up on YouTube. It looked cool. Doesn't look like it gets much traction on Twitch, but I'm sure it's something that, like, if you develop, like, tournaments and stuff, probably you can get the viewership for like, tournaments and things. So I'm kind of excited to see how it plays out. Because I'm sure that's one of those games that has a pretty dedicated fan base, since there aren't very many, like, boxing games that are decent. You know, similar to like a FIFA and a 2K. You could even argue Rocket League at this point, right? Like every day Rocket League isn't exactly the biggest viewership, but when it's tournament day, like everyone shows up. But I'm still trying to make sure I'm staying pretty diverse in like what I'm doing casting wise. Want to really kind of push myself. Yeah, so up here in PA, Hawk, I actually started casting for a high school and middle school league. And the winter LAN that was up at St. Francis University, the student section for the D1 Rocket League's championship was wild. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait for spring finals. There's spring finals, and then I think there's an additional like convention a couple weeks later up there, where it's like they do like an all-star game and stuff. So hopefully I'll be up there twice. I'm hoping this summer your boy's gonna be busy, man. Between that, I'm hoping that I should be able to at least cast, if not also help host the end of year stuff for the Mid-Atlantic Esport Conference down in DC, as I'm doing their Rocket League stuff this semester. Hopefully gonna be back in. Oh, Hawk, you're not too far from Kansas City, right? I mean, I know that's a little bit of a drive, but the Pioneers do a convention in the summer. I'm gonna be out there this summer. You should pull up. Midwest Fest was kind of cool last year. Yeah, it'll be this summer. I'm hoping to at least do some casting down there. I'm kind of hoping I can like host the gaming side of the weekend is what I'm really hoping to do. Because it's a 3-day event. And they're doing different games of tournaments each day. So what I would kind of like to do is be like the host and then have different casters each day. Maybe do some casting on the Rocket League day, but... what I would really like to do, ideally for the weekend, would be like host the event. So help host the gaming stuff, but also like last year they did like a Buffalo Wild Wings Blazing Challenge. Like it'd be cool to be like the guy that's, you know, making some content around that, because that'd be fun. Because I'm kind of hoping... Yo, Hawk, for sure, for sure. I appreciate you bringing your community through, man. Always good to see your face. Love you, fam. Chat, they're about to be back from break and talking about this next matchup. I need to bring in groceries real quick.
I mean, Magnifico, they tried to stop the sweep, but the K-Corp show, it just keeps on going on. The train is continuing. Regional 1 was beautiful. Regional 2, they found another grand final, and I'm joined by none other than Mr. Rise himself. Rise, welcome. And I've just heard, I've been doing some research in the break with no help from everyone else. Is this your fourth? Firstly, qualified for the major. I forgot to mention that in the pre. Congratulations. Is this your fourth major on 4 different teams? Is that what I'm hearing?
It may well be, but it'll be staying as 4 teams. We'll not be moving anymore.
Okay. So would there have to be a disaster class at the major from K-Corp for you to perhaps find yourself on a different team next major?
No, there's no world.
Okay.
I'm very happy.
No world at
very
all.
good environment. Even though my teammates might be a bit brain dead sometimes, love them both very much, and yeah, enjoy playing a lot.
We'll talk us through that series just quickly. Obviously, they denied the sweep. It was looking pretty good, 3-0. They came back game 4, but then you guys locked it in. Were you pretty comfortable, pretty confident going into today in the series?
Yeah, I mean, we went into it like we would every other series, confident, feeling good, you know, confident in our decisions, confident in our teammates. So we went into it with the same mentality as always, and it paid off the first 3 games. I think we had a little stutter in the 4th. They played well, they came back, and we just had to re-lock in, refocus, and you know, eventually we got the dub in 5. So feels good.
And obviously, we yesterday didn't get to talk to you specifically, but what happened in that series? Vitality, we were thinking surely we're going to get a game 7, we're going to get fireworks. How would you describe that series or Vitality?
Well, I mean, I think we thought the same thing. Like I said, we went into it like any other series as well, confident, locked in, and I think they kind of let the series get away from them. I think they played well the first couple of games. Maybe not at their best or their top level, but I think they still played a good game. And then I think the fast couple of goals off the timeout kind of got to them a bit, and they, you know, just kind of went on a downward spiral from there. But you know, they're a good team. They can beat us. They can beat anyone. Anyone can beat anyone. It's Europe. But you know, I'm sure they'll be back next regional.
That's the PR answer that we didn't want or need, right. But I love that from you. K-Corp, you boys are looking like a fantastic unit. Obviously, Farah locking you guys in the pre-game. You've got the, you know, your little whiteboard. There's 5,000 words on there. But the only thing that doesn't seem like is in sync with your team is Atto's pants. Can you talk me through what is going on there? He's got the black instead of the blue.
So I don't want to, you know, throw him under the bus with this one, but as I mentioned before, the brain dead remark. He may have dropped sauce last night on his trousers, and there's huge stains on them. It was like red, like chili sauce as well, so it's not looking good. Shout out to his mum, he's gonna have to clean that off. But yeah, so he had to wear the black ones today with the blue. He's not matching, but got the dub regardless of the semis, so we'll take it.
We've locked back in. Yeah, look, clearly you haven't let the pants affect you. Obviously, next matchup, you guys are in the grand final. BDS take on Oxygen. Firstly, who would you like to be playing, and who do you think is going to be there?
I think we need to run back the last semi-final. I'd want to play BDS. I want to play the best opponent possible. So whoever wins, I'll gladly play. But like I said, we'll be confident. But I want to play BDS. I want to run it back.
That's what we like to hear. Well, Rise, you can send this interview off. Is there anything you want to say to, you know, the K-Corp supporters, or if you'd like to flame the talent, this is your chance as well.
We won't do a picker in, but yeah, no, big thank you to the fans. Appreciate the support so much. You guys are going crazy on Twitter, DMs. Appreciate it so much. Much love to you guys, and hopefully we can bring home the back-to-back.
Thanks very much, Rise.
Appreciate it, CJ.
Case C marches onwards as their enemies lay slain behind a second qualifier within their grasp now, and thankfully we've not lain slain by that interview this time here, Cole, where we made it clear.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fact that we've got a very happy Rise at the moment. I mean, the fact that he is preempting, saying there is no more changing. He has found where he belongs.
Which is great to hear.
I'm really happy for him as well, because it, like, you know, we sort of take the mick a little bit, saying, oh, he keeps changing teams. But it can't be enjoyable. You know, it's a lot of upheaval. The fact that he has found the place where he feels comfortable is excellent. So I'm pleased for Rise, and I'm pleased for the scene as well to see him and Vatira in particular back together.
But also, what credit to him? It's not just like 4 generally in his career. This is 4 in a row. Like 4 different teams in a row.
Had to get them
that he's made
groceries
majors
in.
with. He's got to grand finals in 2 of them as well. So huge plaudits
yeah,
going out
drone,
towards
good
Rise,
game.
and, yeah, the whole Karmine Corp crew.
Oh, good game.
4-1 over Magnifico. A little
Honestly,
bit too
like, I
strong
feel like
Magnifico,
for
but me and
it
Cole were
being a
saying earlier,
sweep,
so impressed. What a brilliant team they've
Magnifico
had.
still looked really good
This is looking
in
good,
every
and I think
game
everyone else in
for
Europe, I mean,
multiple
again,
minutes.
Rise gave us that PR answer, you know, anyone could beat anyone, but there's a bit of There's a little bit of that there. We did see 2 new teams, Oxygen, Magnifico, making it into the semifinals, but at the same time, realistically, Stumpy, do you believe that? I do feel like there's a gap. I mean, it's been acknowledged by the pros as well.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a gap, I think, in any kind of sport or any kind of esport where you have an upper echelon and then you have maybe like a mid and then a bottom. Right now in Europe, we have the strongest top 4.
Of course, there's
but
always
doesn't mean you're
good.
guaranteed into the actual top 4 of the events. Obviously, we had the top 4 play each other in the quarterfinals. So
I know what he was saying, but the way that he worded it was...
Oxygen, especially in this series coming up, they've got something to prove. They're going against BDS, a team that we sort of said was maybe the weakest of the top 4. I think they have put forward a brilliant argument as to why they are absolutely not the weakest in the top 4, though.
Well, how's your Sunday going, fam?
Well, as we said, they've made it to the grand final, and Team BDS.
Oh, yeah,
Oxygen
Magnifico won one.
up
That's
next.
right.
K-Corp
What a sweep.
Making a statement that,
Magnifico won game 4.
There's a gap. We're cruising through, only losing 1 series so far into that, but Oxygen versus BDS, this is a big proving point for Oxygen. We saw before, Cole, they've made it very clear that they don't care about
Who was it
any
that
of these
called
lists.
out
They are here to
the
just
deaths from
win,
Oxygen?
but BDS
I think it was
is not
Ixo?
going to make that journey easy.
Oh yeah, Team BDS never do. They didn't in Swiss either when they, I'll say, destroyed Oxygen. Thankfully, after
you
that,
picked
Oxygen
up Tekken,
performed
huh?
A lot more what we expected them to perform when they came together. I mean, Ixo, as I've said before,
You
he's
just
a player
doing
that he's
keyboard
been,
for now?
around that sort of top 8 line for a good sort of 6 splits now across 2 seasons. He sort of had his glow up at the start of last season, and since then he's been.
Are you
going
to
to
get yourself like just a regular cheap controller for the
I think when he gets
meantime?
settled on a team, then that shows that he
or
can
you go ahead and
thrive.
get yourself
Oxygen, it definitely seems to be that team. They struggled. They didn't get out of Swiss in that
pad.
first qualifier, and now they have proven right. We can be a top 4 team that every other pro rated us as. The RLCS casters we also saw them as a top 5-4 kind of team. Oxygen they've got a very big battle ahead of them. They can absolutely do it. This is a really
Brody's got the
50-50
shoes off.
series when I think you look at the quality of the teams yesterday.
I would say, with respect to Magnifico, Oxygen are the most likely team to break into that sort of top 4 mini bubble. Like
Chat, who would be down to watch some of the Overwatch qualifiers starting up at the start of the month?
Teams, and that's BDS.
Thoughts?
And Leaf Drally, he's been stunning. He's been excellent. He had one shaky game, one shaky series, but since then slotted right in.
Well, I wanted to talk about him there because, again, he's looking confident on the screen, and he yesterday looked confident in his games. I mean, he hit our top #1 play with that insane, I guess you could call it a psycho. It was a backboard redirect.
Yeah, aren't open qualifiers?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Aren't the first open qualifiers starting at the start of the month?
From what was it? It was a save, and then into the corner, and then flick it
No,
into
no,
the other
I'm
net.
talking about
Juice
for-
couldn't save it. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Overwatch.
But he's got this man behind him, Monkey Moon, and again, sure, there was some question marks at the beginning, but when you got such a consistently top placing player like Monkey Moon, you can rest confident that you guys will fix those mistakes. And right now, they're looking pretty confident.
I was going to say, I love how happy Team BDS look as well, because it's a team that has had not toxicity but questions about.
I think depending on where my schedule will allow it, because TEC starts up this week too. So
it's an emotional squad, and seeing those guys just looking like mates hanging out is important. I think for Team BDS to live up to that potential.
Absolutely, chat. You know what to do right now.
I was wondering about wanting to watch the
take this one against BDS.
Leviathan Sen game tonight
Since yesterday, so let's see you guys come out in full.
Like do a watch
throws,
party.
But BDS again.
I might just do
that little hurdle, just a little tiny one on the other side here. I think at this point
have
it
it
is
up in
still difficult for me if we can see it today
Discord
to
maybe.
go with Oxygen. Then sure in the future, but still, I
Yo,
think
they're trying to let Oxygen get the juju here.
I mean, also, when you look at the quality of wins that they got yesterday, Oxygen looked
and then
very
got
good.
smacked around by Gen
versus
G.
Redemption didn't put up as much of a fight as we all wanted them to. That wasn't as exciting as we've seen Redemption play previously. Whereas BDS, the quality they got over Gentlemates, that was something very, very special. It's going to be tough to argue against the open era GOAT of Monkey Moon as well.
Yeah, Cole.
I was going to quickly say, really quickly, we've seen Oxygen be destroyed, and then we've seen Oxygen destroy. What I want is a close series to see how they come up with that.
Well, then let's hope we can get Cole a close series. The match is ready. From most people's perspective, Oxygen has some hurdles to tackle here. BDS stands as the favorite, but Oxygen has made it clear that does not matter to them. One best of 7 stands as the last barrier to a grand finals.
The BDS Redemption Tour continues on here as they look to try and face KC in the grand finals. But Oxygen, Johnny, stand in the way. And Oxygen, if they win here, put incredible pressure on Vitality and Gentlemates for a top 4 spot.
Yeah, this is a massive series for the overall standings.
People called me
but
crazy
it's
for
also
saying
just
Gen G would be the 4th in,
great chance for
and they end up
Oxygen to show
qualifying from
what
Madrid.
they're made of. You know, they took the L in Swiss.
People gonna start
BDS
listening to
didn't
your
lose
boy.
anybody in Swiss, so suddenly that doesn't look all that bad. Yesterday they looked like a completely different team, and now they can show that they are at that top level if they can take down BDS.
Do see Monkey Moon starting us off here in the midfield. The one player though that everyone had eyes on.
Nice bomb.
Not needed at all for this goal. Monkey Moon has the shot, and Exotic had the bump.
Yeah, beautiful bump.
Yeah, 50-50.
Exotic
Pretty
just
even here for Oski, but Archie being
made
out
it
of
so
the play
Ixo
like
has no
Ixo
chance.
alone, and
No
he's been
chance!
completely
That's
out of
what
the way
you
to
got.
leave the nets
Go
open
reach
for
my water,
BDS. And you know, this is really for me the big question: can Oxygen survive the BDS pressure? When BDS get into that final third, they look absolutely terrifying. If Oxygen can fight them for the midfield, I think they've got a chance.
Well, so far it has been KC and BDS that have not really taken the foot off the gas throughout the entirety of the tournament. Both have kind of steamrolled for all of their opponents. Oxygen need to be the first to really put BDS on their back foot. Monkey Moon goes for the shot. That's a little bit too high. Ricochets off the crossbar. And Drali needs to try and keep us out of the midfield. Does so.
Yeah, Drali's done well there. Gets the win in the race to the mid boost. Has the ball as well. 50's at under 1. Drali's outplays continue to be a problem for everyone that they play against. And Exotic not shy to lunge in there as third man, and that's been what really separates BDS from all the other teams. Well, everyone except Karmine Corp.
I
These
think
two teams
Ducky,
have been able
like,
to just
is
impose
fine, I believe.
their pressure on everyone. Oh, that's a great bump though in the final third. Monkey Moon was left stranded for a second there. Diving save to keep BDS 1 ahead.
A good call. Let's snooze it
that
for
requires
5.
Such unbelievable reaction.
And then we'll have to make sure it
recognize
gets
that.
hit after.
Monkey Moon was under pressure. Exotic was able to turn around and keep that one out. Now Drali at the back. There's quite a few blue cars starting to swarm him. He does well. And manages to pick up the boost. Now he goes from where he wants to be, which is in the offense. And Monkey Moon, a lot calmer than maybe we were about that play.
Yeah, nice cut there by Ixo to get the ball on target. It was well defended.
Nice shot.
Big for Drali has gone in for Monkey Moon for 2-0. Well, regardless of Drali's intentions, that definitely faked out the last defender. Oski thought Drali's making a touch, and it's just gone straight through him and into the net.
2-0, only a minute and a half played here.
Ducky, you said you were off Monday,
BDS
right? Or am I
reacting
tripping on
well
that?
to
Or was that
spells under
today you were
defense.
off?
Now they've got the offense again on kickoff. Ball comes out. Monkey Moon wiped off the face of the field.
Or was it
Drali
both?
fakes a challenge. Now has to go up to prevent Ixo, who's dropped it down. Oski tries to get there, keeps the pressure going. Oxygen have had looks at the offense, but they need now to get some results. BDS have made the most of their opportunities, and they might be about to have another one. Monkey Moon's on the way.
Yeah, pre-jumping, floating.
Hold
large
on, let me-
Oscar to stop him short. But,
You sent me
Monkey Moon's
that
got
link.
done. He
It's
almost
on there, but I think
misses
it's like
blank
it starts. I
range.
think it starts
The
the
softest
4th
touches
of March.
deflected it on target. Now here comes Oski the other way. He's got flip to work with. Use it to fake out the play and let Archie come in. BDS are so ready for everything Oxygen throw at them. Remain ahead by 2. What a team BDS are. What a team they are in game 1 as well. It seems like every time somebody runs into them, they just get completely caught off guard by BDS in the first game.
It's a very different BDS to the one that dominated throughout RLCS season X's. That's going to drop down. Oh, Monkey Moon's had a bit of an argument with the ceiling. He's definitely had it on the mind to just drop down and put that one into the net. But the old BDS, even the BDS that was dominating in season X, they would start slower and they would get stronger for a series. This one starts off
Hey! Yo, appreciate you, Ducky.
Still maybe a statement that
T1 baby.
has been a QT in the community for 2 months.
Yeah, it seems like a hard
What a
team to
legend.
prepare for Archie with a diving save to keep this one
Thank you for the
competitive.
2+ months.
At least more competitive. 2-0 still.
Because we know it's way
on
longer than that.
BDS.
Just this account.
Ixo's trying to create something for the team. Archie likewise, but look how difficult
No,
it
this
is
is
for them
EU.
to make any progress, really. As BDS continue to circle that midfield and box Oxygen into their half of the pitch.
BDS do well. Hold on to the midfield. Usually Monkey Moon, though, gets a better touch than he did that time around.
Oh, the first through third isn't broadcasted. You're right. 9 through 10 is broadcasted.
This is a chance to put it in. Everyone's launched. It still stays 2-0.
Yeah, BDS, even when they are sending 2 players into the Oxygen goal, are able to maintain their pressure. That they're just probing, waiting for their chance to move into the play. Oxygen need to break free somehow. They need to find a way to get this ball into the orange half of the pitch. BDS are just not slowing down for a second. Rally with the flip reset, shoots it low, and
I don't know the time.
For 3-0. Now, it wasn't the most powerful touch, but that angle was not what Oxygen were ready for.
Might be said that getting a less powerful touch was the best thing for him because it dropped it just underneath where Archie's car could reach. It is a long time, Johnny, since I've seen a player introduced to this high level and look this comfortable this quickly.
And he's just so scary on the ball, is Drally. And again, scoring to make it 4. I mean, this team have just been something else, especially in opening games this tournament. Yesterday,
yeah, I mean, with watch parties moving forward, I'm going to have to be a little careful.
And you know, BDS strength of schedule going through Swiss as well. Very impressive in hindsight. Every team that they beat in the Swiss stage
during the weeks, because my weeks are about to be pretty busy
against BDS.
Yeah, BDS, a real gut check of a team. If you beat them, you are legit. Their only losses so far this season: a reverse sweep loss to KC, best of 7, a loss against Gentlemates in the Swiss during the first regional. They do not let it happen all too easily. You've got to fight them for that win. So far, Auction have not quite had enough. Game 1 go to BDS. Oxygen with the ones to something to prove in game 2.
I mean, Oxygen are showing some life in this game. 7 shots to their name. You know, they wasn't completely doom and gloom the entire time. They were definitely competitive early on. I think that 3rd goal from Drally kind of puts it beyond them, though. And overall, BDS were by far the better team. There's no question about it. But
to put this in the Overwatch tab in Discord
now to try and solve this puzzle. It's you know, 3-0 BDS over Oxygen and Swiss, and a similar kind of start to the series where BDS just looked to be in full control. But I wonder if Oxygen can just figure out a way to just get the ball moving in the right direction. That's really, for me, the big problem. They just can't get the ball past BDS players. That's an issue.
Problem. It's been a problem for years now when you take on a Monkey Moon-led team. Can you get the ball past the midfield? That's the first question every single team is asked, and 95% of them say, no, we can't. He's just
BDS looks pretty good here in game number 1, not gonna lie.
He's just always had that ability.
7 shots from Oxygen isn't bad.
Just kind of shocked the world. We weren't really 100% sure what to expect from him way back in fall major, the Stockholm Major 2021. He showed a different level when it comes to reading the opponent's clears. He just gets the earliest interceptions. He stops everything, much to the frustration of his opponents. And it's not like Drally and Exotic are doing a bad job at that as well. I mean, it just looks like a complete brick wall, but they're not building the wall in defense. They're moving it up. They're just pushing that wall forward and giving Oxygen no room to breathe.
No, I think that's the crazy thing about watching from Monkey Moon's perspective especially, is you see it and you assume he's too far forward. This time he is. Okay. He's not getting back in time to stop Ixo scoring the first.
Yeah, it's Exotic, not really.
Oh, you think in Discord you think to put something like that? That might not be a bad idea.
Take the ball to the back corner, grab the boost. Archie beat him to the boost and, crucially, beat him to the ball as well. So before that BDS rotation could get fully established after the kickoff, Oxygen have struck first.
That is their first goal of the series. Need to now build from here. Again, another good kickoff. Exotic does better with the read. And now Monkey Moon on so early. Exotic now has to hold the line. Goes back, gonna give him the 100 boost. Still actually available. I thought Ixo might steal that on his way through. Monkey Moon's actually clean beat by Archie. Exotic now has to keep it out. Even manages to recover on the backboard. Very good from Exotic. He's still going on. One player against 3 different challenges, and he came out on top.
Oh, that might not be a bad idea.
Extra touches on the player. Definitely surprising Oxygen in these exchanges. Oh, that's actually a much heavier touch than Exotic would have expected there. Back to Drally. He did collect it, so it does qualify as a back pass. And now here he goes the other way. Ixo scrambling back, and it was actually Oski, the inverted Ixo, who was able to get the save. This is promising still from Oxygen. They are holding strong with a 1-goal lead, making BDS work for the outplays, picking their battles more wisely.
Bro, if Oxygen happen to win this series, bro,
behind the plate
we'll
just
never
yet.
hear the end of it. It's gonna be great.
Monkey Moon, oh, he's tapped into a position that Drali is not going to like at all, but again, Exotic cuts rotation. Oxygen haven't really either spotted or want to engage with as Drali again. Showing off that he's got that defensive IQ and he's not going to get dragged into a bad spot unless it's needed.
Yeah, it was almost a tricky position, but Drali managed to control it well enough.
Bongo
The
from
Monkey Moon could
Oogie
successfully
Stream, you
follow
mean?
up.
Right? I think.
A subtle extra touch there from Archie. The Monkey Moon didn't expect. Those are the kind of touches that Oxygen need. Lobbing, flip reset from Oski into the middle. Nixo decides it's probably better to wait for a more clear-cut chance. And this could be it. Archie down to Oski, who's just bumped Exotic out of the position. Every time there's that extra BDS player cycling in. And here they go the other way. Save again by Archie. And a good one as well to offload the pass to Oski. Decides to go for a heavy touch. It's past one, but not past two.
Yeah, Exotic was a little bit no man's land actually with that aerial. He could have put that anywhere. Thankfully for him, did end up being pretty safe. This might not be the case though. Oski just caresses the ball back down, but that's not good. And happy to see that Exotic didn't catch the ball all that well. Half the game gone. Oxygen have managed to keep a lid on it so far. The mistakes are starting to happen.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a panic there from Ixo. He wanted to control this and had to race after it when the heavy touch ended up happening. And Monkey Moon's in a 1v1 with Ixo, who does a whole lot better there. That's controlled the play and bought time for Archie and Oski to recover.
Oxygen are doing good at just reading when the pre-jumps are going to happen. But now
Jolly with the
Drali's got an
shot.
open doesn't get all of it.
Good job by Archie to make sure he sent that to the
BDS
side
put
though,
themselves
so
in a
Monkey
great
Moon
position.
couldn't field that
Don't
off the
give this one
rebound.
up easily.
Jolly,
Oski,
another shot
good
coming in.
interception,
That's in.
but they've gone underneath.
Nice.
And Drali slots it in, one each.
While Drali saw the opening down low, it was Ixo pre-jumping that left that as an available thing. I think Archie and Ixo, they're both covering high. No one able to stay low and have a chance of saving Drali's well-placed shot. He spotted the pre-jump and completely outplayed both of them.
Drali leaving it for Monkey Moon. Game's starting to shift towards BDS. Oxygen did great with the defense. Their goal came pretty close to a kickoff. What can they do now from open play?
Pass over.
Monkey Moon.
Oh, I thought he almost pushed that outside.
Just took a second attempt.
Oh, Drali able to produce speed where Oxygen did not expect it, and he centers the ball and demos the goalkeeper with the same flip. And this
The
again,
ruthless
BDS
aggression.
in front. Just when it looked like Oxygen might have a lead going into the tail end of a game, BDS have taken it from them. Now it's Oxygen who have to fight back. They weren't able to do it last game. Can they do it in game two?
Oh, Oski's made a mistake or just get called off for it by Archie. Either which way, Oxygen need a goal-scoring opportunity. This might be it. Nobody's really around. Oh, and Exotic plays it down. Oxygen are starting to pre-jump a little bit too much here. And BDS are spotting, playing it lower more often, taking control.
Oh.
Boomer clear straight to Exotic. Now Drali's in yet again.
Ooh, what a bump!
Why? It was just to be bullied on the defense.
Damn.
I mean, just when you think Oxygen are getting an attack going, suddenly it's a 3v1. And Oski lining up the save. Did not have the
Don't
chance
need
to
the
get
demo,
it.
baby. All you gotta do is bump him
Timely
out the
bump
way.
from BDS, but really, I mean, the
Wide
speed
open
of the
net.
transition from BDS has been a different level when compared to Oxygen today. A little bit more slow and methodical with their attacks. BDS can just attack from anywhere. And when they do get Oxygen in defense, it looks very, very difficult to play. Still time though for Oxygen. Can they make something happen here? Archie on the turn, full volley, saved by Drali.
Now Monkey Moon already up, looking to just try and put this game to bed. Gonna go direct with it. Realize that they don't need something right now. He's just gonna get the ball to the opposite side of the field.
Bro, I haven't learned how to get up really going in the area. Sorry.
Who's there first? Time has ticked away. And this ball is not where Oxygen need it. Need to score off this play. Pass was too high for Oski. And that is gonna do it. BDS double up their lead.
And once more, just a strong performance
Nice
for
shot.
BDS. Oxygen slightly
One
improved.
for the
They're
road.
going to get another in their net as well. Just to add insult to injury. And, you know, a slight improvement is not enough. BDS are a noticeable level ahead today. They were a noticeable level ahead the last time these two teams played. And Oxygen seem to be struggling to keep up the pace, struggling to keep up the intensity. They've called a timeout to try and rectify their issues. You know, how much of this Shogun do you think is down to them, and how much of it is down
How
to
to
who they're up
solve
against?
the
If
regional
anything
issue
Oxygen can do, if BDS
and add more
continue
space, or
further
add more spots for major.
There's two parts to this.
Give the
I
French
really
their
wanna
own
go into.
region and give them
Firstly,
4
there's a worry here
spots.
that Oxygen still
The rest of
haven't
the EU
scored
will
a
still be
goal
good.
of anything that wasn't pretty soon after a kickoff. The open gameplay, still BDS have got everything from. The second part to this was, it was like a switch got flipped partway through because Oxygen's defense when they were a goal up was fantastic. And then there was a moment where we both saw and just went, they're whiffing now. Where did the whiffs come from? They were so solid a moment ago.
Yeah, they did start to, I think, just get a little bit too jumpy in defense. I think that second goal especially with the free jump. They're obviously just assuming that Drali's going to hit the ball top bins. And if your entire defense is imagining that the shot from Drali's going
So
top
NA
bins, you don't
and
cover it,
basically
then nobody's
EU
covering the
has,
simple shot
so that
low
every
down the
other
middle. And,
region
you know,
besides
it's a
EU
great
is
play by
off the
Drali
week
to
from EU.
anticipate that free jump
So
and
this
outplay
week
the
right
free
now is
jump.
the first
But
week of
Oxygen have got to
Qualifier
try
3.
and they've got to try and
So, like, NA will be
distribute the
playing
jobs
later,
a
but it's
little
still a
bit
double
more evenly in
elimination portion.
defense. If one player's covering high, the other has to cover low. If one
Next
player's,
Sunday will be
sitting back,
Championship
one player's
Sunday
got a
for
challenge. You've got to be decisive
APAC,
with your
OCE,
defensive plays. Because BDS are
SSA,
not
and
leaving
NA.
many openings.
And SA.
Not many big ones, at least, for Oxygen to exploit. The only goal this entire series came right after a kickoff for Oxygen, and that's when BDS did not have their full rotation established yet. Once BDS get into that, rotation in the midfield, Oxygen have not scored. They have not scored from midfield play in 2 games.
So far, it has all
Nah,
been
because
BDS. That's
EU,
what's
like,
magic
dude,
here.
Qualifier 1 Championship
This team back
Sunday
into this game, and this next game is
pulled
must-win.
in the same viewership that
Best of
Worlds
reverse
did.
sweeps. I mean, let's cast a curse.
Well,
EU should
yeah,
1000%
BDS can't get reverse
be
swept
its own
twice in
weekend
a
in
semi-finals.
RLCS.
Yeah, BDS do look a step up from Event 1. Event 1 was a promising start for them, and I think it showed that they are where they want to be at the start of the split, but now they're even more improved, and I think Oxygen are just going to have to try and ignore who they're up against. Any kind of thought of, okay, let's just try and react to what BDS are doing. I feel like that just has to go out the window. I think Oxygen just got to go and play their own game and trust each other to be making those plays. There's a interesting strat, double fake kickoff on the diagonal to come into the post-timeout game. It hasn't led to an immediate goal, but we did get an Oxygen possession off that. It's definitely a small win.
It's good to see they've got some stuff in the arsenal should they require it. Right now, they might require it. This series has been anything to go by.
Chat,
Now
what's
we're at the
everyone else up
kickoff.
to for the rest of the day, man?
Obviously, it doesn't work like that, although BDS almost getting it immediately. Exotics just running roughshod. Now Drali has got a bit of time, and a bit of time's usually all he needs. Looks for the drop down and actually crunches through the challenge enough to make sure no one on BDS even considers launching themselves that shot.
I like this a lot from Archie, though. Instead of giving the ball away, he's kept control the whole way, and that's created a shot for his team. It's Soski denied by BDS. Couple of goalies diving in the way of that one.
Archie keeps the ball
Archie did
forward.
not lose control there. He made the save, kept control down the line, won a 50-50, and then even got the center ball at the end of it all. That's a great trade, and it's those kind of trades that Oxygen need.
Just getting small
Oh,
wins.
Moon, do you see that TSM won the Apex tournament at the Asia Festival? Oh, it's an open net for Drali.
And they are going to get their first goal of game number 3.
It's just too easy for Drali, isn't it? Exotic to the backboard, Monkeyman diving in before the goalie can react, and they're all just there. Every single time, they are all involved in every attacking play, and they're trusting each other's touches. And yeah, Oxygen just can't keep up. There seems to be those moments every single time these two teams play where BDS gets
A sweep,
the
you
ball
think, Ducky?
just
Probably.
before Oxygen do. That second ball, that loose ball is just largely uncontested.
I want to give huge shout-outs as well here to Exotic, because he's doing that one thing. No
Feels like
points
if
for
there's
it,
going to be a game that
but I
Oxygen
don't
is going to
think
take, it
I've
has
seen
to be
him miss
game
a
3
ball
off
that
the
he's aimed
timeout.
for. Usually players are good
And it's
at
not looking good
sneaking
right now.
around. Exotic has got them every single time. Now they're finding even more. Now it's Monkey Moon playing clean up. Ozowski, he's left the gap open. Not even that one's going to drop in for them.
Yeah, Oski was just trying to just clear the path for the ball there. He had ball cam on, so he was checking to see where the ball was, trying to time his flip forward in front of it, exactly as the ball reached him. Oh, that's
nice shot.
By
really good pass from Monkey Moon, too.
They're just simply too fast to the play every time.
Golly, that's a thing of beauty.
Getting to the ball before Oxygen. And that was a deep infield pass as well. Not really much of a chance for the goalkeeper with that much of a head start.
Just have not put a foot wrong here. Saw performance that might get people to start believing that this might be the team to beat KC and end Ferrer's streak.
BDS versus Karmine Corp should be fun.
Will linger. Can they get it done? Right now they have been well and truly dominant.
I wonder if with
Monkey
second
back
will
corner is getting tripped
BDS
up. Auction though do need to get a goal.
secure the second spot in EU. I think they might.
To this point, hasn't happened for them.
Yeah, they do desperately need one here. Drally.
Oh,
what a shot by Ixo. Chases Drally up on the back. And then finally it's Oxygen who are able to get to the ball first as Ixo perfectly slots it over his shoulder.
What a beautiful top corner.
All right, hold on. Let's see if Oxygen can pull this back.
Now slice the lead in half. What else can they do? Kick off. Exotic will keep it, but he's on low boost. So it's up to Monkey Moon to just try and create something. As you can see, Drali just waiting around. Some life now for Oxygen. What can they do with this?
Nice little poke up.
A clean win there for Ixo. Drali nice and comfortable to play it back corner.
Yeah, we just need some
Let him cook, chat.
Here. We've all seen what Oski can do over the years. He can
that's a setup.
defenses single-handedly. We know where Archie's peak is. He is, one of those
Kablooey.
players who, when he shows up, can do incredible things as well. They need that moment of magic, I feel, just to lift the spirits. They need that moment of brilliance to get the comeback started.
Nice.
So far, so good. They have.
We've been held on this Ixo angle for a minute, ain't we?
Although a lot of the challenge is still going towards BDS. That has not changed. Monkey Moon straight into the path of Archie. Exotic now waits. It's a difficult conundrum when you do play against BDS.
All right, they got 75 seconds here to try and find some sort of response on Oxygen. That means they also got to get out of their defensive half. There's going to be a clear at least.
Though, Archie has destroyed the challenge, and Oxygen cannot afford to let this go easily.
Hold on, Ixo.
Play.
Let him cook.
And that's exactly right. I mean, when BDS end up in these positions, boxing their opponents in, they stay there. And it's Oxygen who have to figure out a way to do the same thing back to them, because they are not having as much success as they should be okay here. I mean, that looked like a bit of a slow play, double commit from BDS, so Oxygen not too worried about that one. Controlling defense from Oxy, flicks over two actually, but of course Monkey Moon's there to send it all the way back with some extra change.
There's two players for that as well, just make sure that Exotic got the bump so they can't keep it going. But here's Archie yet again. Okay, he's managed to,
all right, Oxygen. Let's make this thing interesting.
Ixo beating Exotic to the punch though is the kind of interception that they need. You're absolutely right, it is a goal steal. Great goal steal there from Archie, padding the stats.
Beautiful.
But those are the plays that Oxygen have been missing. They rarely beat their opponents to the ball in this matchup, and that time they have. Then the hasn't really worked out immediately here, but it might still plan out well for them. Ixo!
Whoa! Hold on, watch this kickoff.
And this is all from the chaotic kickoff. Oxygen have managed to insinuate.
Well, there's one way of putting it. It's also a way of saying double commit disaster class from them. BDS just had to calm who was going. They had the ball clean. Any amount of power, they're all good. Instead, they're down by one. And the question marks from last week, Johnny, come raring back. When it goes wrong,
Ixo is almost in
does it
position.
go horribly wrong?
Well, they've got a chance to immediately rebound here. Exotic flying in front of the ball. Yeah, Oski's dodged him, stayed relevant in the play.
Monkey Moon, touch over for Drali.
Keep some activity here on the center ball. Ixo with the immediate cut off on the pass. And just a few seconds left for Oxygen to tie the series against all the momentum.
How on earth has this happened?
Well,
Drali looking to try and create
not tie the
something for his
series.
team, but the challenge goes low. The ball hits
Well, I
the
guess
ball,
after this next
and
game, right? Is that what you said?
Oxygen have got the win.
Yeah, sorry, getting a bit ahead of myself on the script there. That's not, of course, tie the series. That's just their first game. But, of course, you need to just take it one game at a time against a team like BDS. And that was so much better from Oxygen. The control in defense massively improved. At the end of the game, they're getting, you know, multiple quick interceptions, quick reads on BDS's touches, not only creating goals for them, but also shutting down BDS opportunities at the other end. And keeping that level up is going to be a very difficult thing to do. Oxygen have done something they have not done for the rest of the weekend yet. That's get a game against BDS, and they came back as well to do it.
Yeah, something that not very many teams can lay their hat to this entire time. I mean, just taking a look at the goals that have come through. See, the second one from BDS. Rare enough, anyway, that you'd ever see BDS not have anybody back. And unfortunately, I feel like that third one's diabolical. That should not be happening.
Yeah, they've definitely looked their most messy immediately after kickoffs. That's, I think, when BDS do look vulnerable. So more, you know, weird strats from Oxygen, more off-meta strats on the kickoffs from Oxygen. Good idea, in my opinion, to get BDS into those weird positions that they're just not quite as automatic in. Once you get into the automatic,
all right, how you feeling, Duck?
Like the better team for the most part.
Still GG
Oxygen
easy.
put up their best fight, but in the first 10 seconds or so after the kickoff, maybe it's Oxygen who could be the better team.
And we'll find out. BDS encountering their first resistance, and that's the kickoff that you highlighted earlier on, Johnny.
It is, yeah. I mean, they're just leaving the ball so that they can get it for free in the back corner, and it has resulted in an immediate chance for them. So, you know, credit to Oxygen. They have got BDS in just a weird position. BDS, they're having to actively think here. They're not autopiloting. They're not in their flow state in these moments. They're having to actively think and rely on intense communication.
Nice pass.
Clearly, once again, to these positions, though, I mean, that looks a little bit too easy, a little bit too automatic. It's Monkeyman.
That was easy.
Not enough resistance. And yeah, that's the easiest goal you're going to see all day for Exotic.
So BDS trying to right the ship. 25 seconds into game number 4. They have done exactly that. Let's see what the kickoff's going to be this time around. A little bit more, you know, sort of the norm this time around.
Yeah, the norm is the mix-up, of course, when you've been weird a bunch of times in a row. And again, they were getting a chance early. Oxygen continuing to look very good in the first play after the kickoffs occur. But BDS have escaped both without conceding so far this game. Though Oxygen are still in with a chance to put them under pressure here. Oh, it's such a good touch by Monkeyman, though. Drally's not on the end of it, though, so suddenly...
hold on.
It's Exotic having a dart back in control. He's got no boost on the back wall. Oxygen just applying that squeeze and starting to ask to the BDS.
Boost stolen. Monkeyman moves on in.
A little bit of hesitation. Hold on.
He's going to follow up. Support Exotic on the far side. Chooses to play up the wall. Oski's on 0 boost, so it's not going to help the defensive push.
He's looking for a pass in the middle. I really think he's looking for Drally there if he can get down to that ball.
Don't play Boomer Ball too often with Monkeymoon, but this time around, I'd say Auction got the better of it.
Drally gets to clear here.
One player in this pitch who does love to play Boomer Ball, and that's Archie, so I don't think he would mind it too much. Good defense from Ixo there, having to get big goal side. So Exotic tried to 50 it past him. Same side for Archie, but can Ixo get this one under control? Yes, he can. Critical landing on the back wall. If that wasn't a smooth recovery, it could have been bad news for Oxygen.
Again, Ixo just chasing downfield, looking to put some pressure on the defenders.
Could be.
Oh, Monkeymoon by himself. Couldn't be found for a bump. In goes Oski.
Oh, nice shot. Just a tad bit wide.
Again, we are seeing more extended passages of play where Oxygen can keep the attack going. This is a real level up
going for the redirect? Nope.
But they do have to be careful. We saw some pretty quick transition play from BDS as well. It's not just the offensive rotation that wins them series. Drally's let that one go past him unnecessarily. Managed to trade himself very close in that position. Double demo usually does favor the...
Drally going to try and get this thing back to the middle?
No mistakes allowed.
Probably not by the net, though.
For Oxygen. Good news for them.
Good pass across the Drally.
Get the wrong side of the ball a little bit more as a good interception comes in for Oxygen to stop another attack and stop another shot on target.
Yeah, it's nowhere near what it was in the first 2 games. BDS have been might get a chance to finish the sentence. They're still fine.
Caster's curse at its worst. Oh no. Oh no. Oh brother.
Waited, and Drally just full sent it into the ball. I mean, from Drally's POV, it makes perfect sense. He sees Archie looking awkward, sees Oski.
You tell him, Moon.
Ball, maybe even underneath it, and he just goes for the shot. Oxygen cannot afford, just as we talked about, he can't afford these mistakes. in these critical moments, BDS have been known to run away with games when their opponents do start to crack under the pressure.
Drop down again. Ixo plays it to the corner. Minute and 40 on the clock. Archer needs some big opportunities. This is going to be one of the ways they're going to create them. Just been launching forward the first man and then sending them even further forward, looking for bumps, looking to still
Well, I've always
boost.
said wear your cap with pride. The fuck?
Finding reasonable success as Exotic down pass.
Oh my.
Monkeymoon will finish it off.
Oh, it's just a beautiful 1-2 play there. Exotic running ahead of the ball and taking everyone out of the game. Both Archie and Ixo have gone for that one, and they're both second in the race to Exotic. Again, Oxygen making these small mistakes. They're
Aren't you on
double committing.
PC? Just click
getting
on it.
these misreads when they go early for the ball, and it's just not good enough. You need to almost play perfectly. Well, you definitely can't make unforced errors. Let's just say that much against this BDS lineup.
No, the shot accuracy and the placement from BDS has been phenomenal this entire time. Does not seem to be such a thing as a half chance. It is just, you've let me take a shot. Shame on you. You shouldn't have let that happen. So do see a demo come through. Exotic buys some time for Monkeymoon to respawn. This is the best place for BDS at the moment. Just stuck in the corner. Very difficult for Oxygen to create much, and now they have got rid, although that is not a fun place to be, and Exotic does well enough just to shield the ball away from a shot.
Ixo kept it alive there for a second, but as always, Monkeymoon in the middle.
So Oxygen gets the timeout buff, but then gonna still drop this thing in 5.
Misses. Drally was there to clear the lines.
Which game did
game for BDS with just
Karmine Corp drop again? It was game 4 they dropped, right?
Trailing by 3. They're about to be trailing by 3 games to 1, and timeout has been used already. You know, it's, I think, an improvement on their Swiss match against BDS, but it has not been enough. And
nice passing
after
play.
all is said and done, it's another goal for BDS. It's another.
Dude, Drolly's been having himself a hell of a game.
On the scoreline.
Tell you what, when BDS win, they do it in some sort of fashion, don't they? Do not allow it to be a close game.
I mean, they've won 4-0, 4-1, and 4-0 now, assuming there's no more goals here. It's really quite astonishing. I mean, Oxygen can try so many different strats here, but every time they leave just a small gap, BDS are there to score it, and they're not like it's almost a forgettable 4-0 because they're not completely stealing the show with the highlights on every single play. Obviously, they do like to mix those in. Of course, we saw Drally with goal of the weekend
face each other in the grands, but
against Gentlemates. But they just score clinical
that the French
goals
do,
when
but
there's
they play
a small
some Rocket
gap.
League, man. It's crazy.
A couple of BDS players are there. It's not just one, it's the team. They're all there to punish it, and now Oxygen can't make any mistakes. They're in the worst possible position because you've used your timeout, and BDS just look to be playing much more consistently than have been won. I don't know, Shogun, is looking very, very difficult from this moment.
It does feel like the DNA of a BDS team has been the exact same. No matter what players we put onto this, it's just, if you go a goal down, things are about to get real difficult because they can score.
Would be kind of cool to see Exotic take down Karmine Corp, though, not gonna lie.
And take more risks. They tend to just run away.
Get dropped by Karmine Corp. Karmine Corp goes on this crazy ass tear, and then the team that you're on, BDS, ends it.
That should not be the case, but it is.
You know, it's just, I guess we're all just living in Monkeymoon's world this whole time, and, you know, we've kind of known that for a while, but everybody's playing.
I mean, they did take Karmine Corp to 7.
His team, not just his teammates, but his opponents
at Qualifier
as well.
1.
And they just need to play Monkeymoon's game for one more game to get another grand final rematch.
Oh my god, he's done so
well played. Oski with a massive stand there. Of course,
I'm trying to figure out which way I want to go about it, Moon. Because as much
2v1 and Oski said that you haven't seen enough.
As
now he's into the corner, looking to try
you would love to have the back and forth
of
2 teams at the top, I kind of just like the idea of Karmine Corp taking Vitality's coach and then being able to duplicate Vitality's success and having a perfect split. Winning all 3 qualifiers, or last year they were called regionals, and then winning the major. Like, think about that storyline for Coach Farah.
Second challenge. Drally's offered here. He didn't expect that one. It's free for Ixo, but
He said, "Boy, shut the fuck."
He still managed to fly back in the way of the ball and block the tight angle shot.
No, but that's what I'm saying though, because they already put Vitality. Vitality's at risk because they played Karmine Corp top 8. So then think about if Karmine Corp does something similar next qualifier, knocks them out early, has a perfect split. Vitality doesn't even make major number 1.
YoBoyCue now chasing up goalkeepers for some sort of demo. Again, it looks like BDS's style of game. Oxygen need to get something as Exotic puts some pressure on Archie on the backboard.
Drally getting closed down here, but you'll notice anytime BDS do get an interception, it's a 50-50. You know, worst case scenario, the majority of the time on all of these commitments from BDS.
No, because again, the other thing is, one, that does give us that storyline. That also gives us 2 teams in EU that are just clearly head above everybody else, which includes NA.
Drally is the solo one back. Places some time, get everyone back into the right position. And Exotic teaming up on that far side. Another good challenge from the ceiling. Archie wiped out for his trouble.
I just tell the truth, big dog.
Actually, a Drally bump on Monkey Moon.
Forget about game. I'm gonna spit the truth.
Give them a counter-checking opportunity.
There's not always a mistake to teammate, but that one didn't look like it had much upside to it. It's Oxygen who are pressing forward now, but have they overextended? No, the recovery's come through. And Oski, 50s Monkey.
There's a reason at Worlds that there are 4 EU teams top 4.
You know? Archie forced to double it.
Don't say that.
Upwards, overs, on backward to a teammate.
Because Big Dog.
Phenomenal job so far.
I stopped for a reason, Big Dog.
The only problem is it's a thankless task. They can't afford to stay back in their side of the field as often as they have, because eventually that mistake is going to happen. Monkey Moon. Ceiling reset. Ixo has somehow managed to stretch the ball, but you've got rid of one. In goes Drally.
I do gotta say, I do like that BDS wins this because I don't think Oxygen matches up well against Karmine Corp, whereas we know that BDS does. Kablamo!
That's now bounced back out. Maybe an angle for a shot. Nobody from BDS wanted to go for it.
And Oxygen have tried a couple times this game to go for fakes in defense to get the ball into the midfield. And it is just not working. Like I said, every time BDS are playing the ball, they are going to get 50-50s. They're not going for crazy blocks and dunks. They are just playing the ball.
Should be, yeah.
For the ball. And now it's
when they played against each other in qualifier number 1 in top 4, it went 7. And I think had like 3 or 4
their prime position. Looking for a way through. The game is so difficult to play with the balls overhead like this for Oxygen. Can they hold on? Well, they have just for a bit longer.
I lied. 1 overtime.
Oh, Oski, huge clear. Archie's up. Even if he doesn't get anything on it, he's still going to force Drally to respect it. Now Oski
but Ixo did kind of call out the
1 minute on the clock. No goals
desk.
On the board.
So that's why I kind of want to see Oxygen low-key make top 2.
No contact. Ixo just shields it away.
But they don't look good today.
It's another team bump from Drally and Monkey Moon, and I think this is something we've pointed out over the years between Monkey Moon and his teammates. They can get a bit tangled at times because he plays so close to the ball, so close to his teammates. So far, it's been working for BDS.
Talking about how like they're not consistent with their takes, and
it's not easy. Teammates have to read him perfectly.
What else did he say? I'll see if I can pull up the clip.
More than Oxygen.
I put it on Twitter.
We've seen today.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.
On the edge of being eliminated.
Yo, Google was your idea? No, that's a lie. Google was my idea, dog.
The side.
Already capping.
To try and work some magic. Back out to Ixo. Can get challenged early by Exotic. And Ixo did well just to stay low. Look for the pinch shot.
Well, the thing though, right now in RLCS is a lot of the casters are former pros.
We have overtime.
If one thing has favored Oxygen, it's been the post kickoff plays. This one is going to go back to one of them. So they might have a chance to get something going here. Another pinch. This one goes high from Archie. Drally is back and he controls it in defense.
Former yappers turn big yappers. True.
To get stuck in.
By the way, Google, hopefully you have yourself a good Sunday, man. Appreciate the follow.
More comfortable. Just I say that. Monkey Moon does get a bit too close to the play. Was not able to react to it in time.
Archie now up. Early challenge. What's known as a challenge from BDS. So quick.
Bro,
all the
Shaq and
time.
his crew are
Archie outplays
content.
one. Now got to get past Rally. Does the pass Monkey Moon. They've got past everybody. Still not enough because the recoveries are that quick.
Oh, it's exotic there with just such a little boost, but knowing that he has to stay in the middle anyway, he can't pick that moment to run away and get a big boost pad.
Draymond's a
You're all
bum.
taking notes back home. Sometimes you have to play the ball. Sometimes it's better to stay active in the play, like Exotic was there.
Nah, I'm playing. I like Draymond's pod. I'm
I'm
playing. I like his pod. His pod's cool.
Oh, it's so painfully close for Oxygen, but still so far.
6 minutes, no goals.
Yeah,
Who's
thanks
gonna
to
be
the
the one
light
to
skin
change
man.
that? Archie looks to prove something. Can go for that team.
He ain't do it.
Half, in goes Oski. Can get an over touch. Up goes Archie. Oh,
Bro, every time I hear Shump like tell stories, do you know the lights get that?
It looked like the shot was again trying to read a pre-jump. This time BDS do not pre-jump too high. They dive down and save it. Now here goes Oski. Can he make a huge play? Flip reset over one. He's still got control. Drally blocks only as far as Archie, who's got one more touch on this. Monkey Moon 50s it wide.
I know you was probably already going to be that dude, but I feel like we created it.
Now Drally, backboard, double tap, leaves it. Nobody following from BDS.
A back and forth for once, and this is something that Oxygen have not really been used to this series. We're just going for the clean out plays now, not relying on mind games. Like you mentioned, if you're going to
I like Shump's podcast too, because it's not always about sports.
Just going for the beats, going for the mechanical plays. And this is
Yo,
the way you want to see this team play.
Teague a real
Such an
one,
entertaining
dog.
team when they can get into that peak form.
Now you know what? The
Exotic ceiling
two
reset
former
ends up
like
leaving it
pros
for Monkey
podcasts that I
Moon,
fuck with the
who
most. Hold
drops
on.
it. Drally doesn't get too much
Wait till
on the
after this
shot,
game.
but Exotic looks to change it. Backboard again for Monkey Moon. Oh, he's hit
Woo!
everything but the goal.
And it's
Drally
over.
finishes it. 1-0. KC versus BDS is your grand finals.
I don't think anybody's complaining about that. Except maybe
Ask
Oxygen.
Ixo where his mouth
They
at right
put
now.
a much better fight here, and especially in this last game. They showed
I
signs
like
of
listening
promise. They
to-
showed windows where maybe they are, able to compete.
Yo, what up,
at
Pierce?
the
How you
level
doing?
of the big teams,
I like listening
in
to,
the EU. They definitely,
Darius Miles
confirmed themselves as a
and
contender
Quentin
for a
Richardson
major
on the
spot.
Knuckleheads.
More so than just their overall.
And then I
club
love the
standings,
All the
but
Smoke podcast.
The gameplay as well. But well, what do you say about
Steven
BDS?
Jackson
when
and,
they get
Matt
going
Barnes.
in offense, they look unstoppable, and it's just prime Monkey Moon Rocket League. they were tested in this match.
Yeah,
but
All the Smoke's real good.
they have such
Paul
a
George's
consistent floor, it would seem,
one's
and
pretty
that
good
is
too.
a
Have you
terrifying thought. When,
caught any
when
episodes of
Monkey
it, Moon?
And when BDS are playing
Podcast
with any form
P?
of consistency, they win events. If we've learned anything in the open era.
Now, the only
His
thing
is
I will
another
throw
one.
out there, Johnny, as maybe a
That's
big
pretty good.
talking point to look out for in that grand finals is BDS.
I
did
usually
look
like
a
listening to the
little bit
podcast. I
suspect
listen to like
against the kickoff
podcasts to and
plays.
from my walk to the
Can you
gym.
name any team still in this tournament that has a few kickoff plays?
Well, I definitely hope BDS have been doing their homework when it comes to kickoffs, because we saw Magnifico counter a couple of Karmine's kickoffs earlier on today. They were doing their homework.
Oh,
They,
word. I
came
feel it.
with
I feel it.
A game plan. And you need that these days. You can't go against Karmine Corp without doing your research about what they're getting up to.
You like
inside the
NRG,
circle. And
Pierce?
You're absolutely right. BDS did look most uncomfortable in the 10 or so seconds after every kickoff.
Hopefully NRG starts figuring their stuff out, man.
BDS have beaten Oxygen. They annihilated Gentlemates.
'Cause something
One
tells
more
me
team
NA
on the
is gonna be
redemption
a
tour. KC after this break.
Roster mania this offseason, or in between splits. What? Who is that? You said Drink Champs pods. I don't know if I know those ones. Like, I listened to Plat Chat for Valorant. I need to probably find another couple good Valorant ones. But for like Rocket League, I listened to Chalkcast. I listened to First Touch when they upload them. They're kind of bad about uploading them on like podcast platforms. So sometimes I'll like watch them on YouTube. But I usually catch my podcast, like I said, on my walks and stuff. God, I sound old. Also, I'm not sure yet, but I think we're going to go back to once a week podcasts. Or I'm going to just not record them live. That's the other option. At least not right now. Because we're going to start doing the one with Frost Esports as well. And then I'm going to be doing the stuff for TEC for like the next 6 weeks. 8 weeks. So that's why I was kind of thinking about maybe just going back to like once a week. Or it's got to be something that like I at least prepare my script the night before and I record it like when I get back from the gym or something. You like NRG for Musty? Who do you think NRG needs to pick up? That's the real question. And like what's the roster moves to make? I guess would be the real question, right? And then next weekend is NRG is not good in NA. I've been saying on the podcast, man, I think in NA you need to see a big shift with a lot of your no, we're talking for Rocket League, fool. You hear NRG and you immediately go for Valorant? The fuck?
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.
We're talking about for NRG with Garrett, Mist, and Toasty. Toogie, appreciate the follow over on Twitch, fam. Hopefully you have yourself a fantastic Sunday. Who are you cheering for? Who we got in this grand final between BDS and Karmine Corp? I mean, Zen ain't coming over to NA, right? So, like, that's not going to happen. When they get back, I'm going to go make me my second protein shake for the day. Also, we'll go ahead and run a quick ad over on Twitch. Or do we wait for... Or do we wait for... towards the end? Wait till the end of the pre-show, you think? Run like a 3-minute one? Bro, that's the thing though. Even still, it only gives you like 3 minutes. It only gives you like 30 minutes. It's kind of crazy. Twitch be selling. So like, we'll still need to like after game 3 run like a 1-minute one in between games 3 and 4. That's why it's hard during like the Apex broadcast, because we have to run one like as we drop in, and then run like. Sometimes even still have to drop one, and then like as ring 3 closes, run like a quick 1-minute one to make sure we don't miss anything end game. All right, we're back up to here. I'll be right back with my shake.
Welcome back to the European Qualifier number 2. As the action boils to a peak, you've made the right call hanging out with us. Grand Finals on its way, but Oxygen falling in top 4 to BDS means BDS will be in the Grand Finals with Karmine Corp. And I have Johnny and CJ beside me to talk about that Grand Finals in a few moments here. But first, let's wrap up what happened in that last match up there. BDS making a statement, Johnny, that this is where they belong.
Yeah, I think that's just another example of the difference right now. It's closer than we thought after Event 1, the top 4 and the rest.
Right.
But no one has eliminated one of the big French 4 except the big French 4. Vitality and Gentlemen took some losses in the Swiss stage this time around. But they weren't eliminated until they ran into other big French teams, namely Karmine Corp and BDS. And yeah, again, Karmine Corp and BDS just destroying the competition. So when it's bracket time, they just seem to produce a different level.
They're just impressive, aren't they? They're just, I mean, the thing about these guys, we analyse the top 4 teams, their play styles. I think BDS are the most aggressive of the top 4 teams. I think sometimes it can go the other way for them, like you see here with some open nets. They overcommit a little bit second and third man, but I mean, it's exciting to watch. It's certainly action-packed. I think Colin Stumpy said it on the call as well.
When spring finals come around for Mid-Atlantic Esports Conference, this is down your way. You're pulling up, right?
Again, I'm very curious if we do just see the same top 4 in semifinals if they don't meet in the quarterfinals. We mentioned the bit of that gap there that might be, Johnny, you said it's not as far as we might think. We see Auction and Magnifico up there, but a 4-1 loss for both of them definitely.
So I've been casting
would have had the same top 4 had they not
Rocket League for the
It's
Mid-Atlantic
very
Esports
possible.
Conference this semester.
The Swiss stage in both events
and the
has
finals
been a lot less
are at a
consistent
college down your way
compared to the best of 7s, and it makes sense when you go to best of 7, you're going to get more matches being won by the better team. So, and more, I feel like the better teams are just more comfortable as well in the bracket. These big teams, once they've made it through the stress of Swiss, and they're like, okay, good, we're locking in the points now. That's where they can really perform at their best. So, yeah, I don't really believe anyone's above the big French top 4. Need to see Magnifico or Oxford or somebody eliminate one of them before they can make that jump.
Oh, CJ, I saw you had a couple horses there. You got to hold on to them because grand finals are here, and it's time to get excited. Team BDS versus Karmine Corp. These are 2 of the big bad, CJ, of
I'll have to figure out when exactly it is,
region.
but it's going to be towards like the end of the semester, probably like April, May.
They got a semis looking like that, but now they got to lock in.
Yeah, top 2 seeds coming out of Friday. Top 2 now in the grand final, and
we still have
KC,
I think
they're the guys that everyone
a month and a half
is chasing.
of
We talk
regular
about the top
season
4, the top
left,
2 in
and then
Europe,
there'll be a
KC
playoffs
right now. They're the big dogs.
Playoffs.
They're the deserved favourites in this matchup. But BDS, they've never looked better. Drally, Johnny, coming off that first regional, his RLCS debut. I know he had a few nervous moments. We talk about the reverse sweep, but he's come through leaps and bounds in this regional.
I know, so I heard a lot of speculation coming into this season about how this BDS team is going to play. There was a lot of question marks, of course. They didn't look the cleanest in the off-season showings they had. Rumors from the French scene were that they weren't at the level of KC and Vitality, but they have completely shut down all those rumors, and they're showing that they can be a unit on the pitch. It's not just 3 individual talents, but a team who are very much on the same page, and a team who did take 3 straight games against Karmine Corp the last time they played, before, of course, losing 4 straight. So I just wonder, what kind of mentality are they coming into this series with? Are they thinking, right, we were better than them at the start of last series, we're playing a lot better now, let's just do that again? Or are they still feeling a little bit sore from the reverse sweep in a best of 7?
Well, I'm looking at the way Monkey Moon's posture is there, and I'm going to overanalyze armchair psychologist here that they're taking this one a little more seriously, and that they might be worried because they're not the happy-go-lucky group we saw in the match before.
I mean, he's reclined, isn't he? Relaxed.
He looked pretty chill to me, but look kind of locked in. But you know, obviously on the other side of things, these guys, when we look at professional teams, K-Corp is just the standout. Even in Europe, we talk about how all the teams are all boot camping together. Just K-Corp, when you know, you just see it on the cameras, Ferro with his little pre-game addresses on the whiteboard. They're just a little bit different. They're all locked in as a team, and they really are one unit. They have to be the team to beat.
And you know, we're kind of making some jokes about the matching uniforms a little bit with Atto's, you know, spillage incident, meaning he can't completely match. But you know, everything counts. Every little advantage can add up to make you just the best team and to give you the strongest possible position. And that's been proven in many different sports, in many different professional settings. You know, matching uniforms, it brings out professionalism, accountability, pride in what you're working towards. So I get it. I like that they're doing that. I like that they're taking every step that they can to be the best that they can be.
Meanwhile, the Des sitting here in t-shirts and shit.
I think I'm an expert. Those smiles and laughs were there, but they look nervous. I don't know. Get your chat, your predictions in chat. Hashtag KC, hashtag BDS. And let me know if you think they also look nervous or if KC is going to be an even match for them. But analysts, I think at this point, we would have to be absurd to go against the previous Open Qualifier winners. I
wouldn't say absurd. I think
we've got a blue wall here, CJ. Look,
blue wall again.
The blue wall of predictions once again. Every time it's KC, and I know chat's going to be heavily voting KC as well. Although BDS are a popular team in their own right, but I do agree that BDS are going to be a good match for them. They took them to Game 7 last time. But CJ, what are the win conditions for BDS here? We're all going KC, but what is the key to victory if BDS are going to come out on top?
I mean, they're a double-edged sword, which is why I love watching BDS. I talked about their aggression, their offense. I think they are the
I think they got to make sure they're being disruptive.
It can come back to bite them. So if they
but
can
you
pull
can't
it
overcommit
together,
to it.
they're going to have to rely on mechanics.
That's the hard balance, right?
KC. The reason I'm picking KC is I think they're just a little bit more solid and they're just a better unit.
Chat, you're locking in with KC, and I will point out that leaves Shogun alone on the side of BDS. So large odds for BDS to go up against here if our predictions have anything to say with it, but our match is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, the grand finals have arrived. It's BDS versus the Blue Wall.
Let's get us a good series here, man.
But get ready. We have Cole and Stumpy ready to light up the field with our grand finalists, BDS versus K-Corp.
2 weeks ago, we confidently proclaimed that EU now had its very own Big Four. But now, Stumpy, are Karmine Corp on the cusp of putting themselves above even those?
It's going to be a massive stamp of dominance if they're able to take it past a BDS that looked on fire versus Oxygen. And this is a grudge match, bear in mind, of last Regionals semi-finals. That was a best-of-7 reverse sweep for Karmine Corp over BDS. They managed to win 3 on a trot and then couldn't secure a single one in the next 4 attempts. Karmine Corp, they don't want it to be that close.
What happened with Exotic here?
Starting off the scoring for the blue.
Why does he move this ball forward?
It's the reverse of what we saw earlier on in the semi-final when they were a goal down in 2 or so seconds.
He kind of hesitated. I think he should have at least pressed that ball because then he didn't even push pressure on down on the defensive side.
Been doing it seems for generations now, Stumpy.
Karmine Corp's going to make you pay for that mistake every single time.
And we've seen a good few times as well where Karmine Corp have got so many kickoff strats. Like Ferro was saying yesterday, he's like, nah, it's all random. And then literally did the IRL cheeky, like, tongue out emoji where he's just like, no, we've got a lot going on. So definitely going to be seeing a lot coming out from Karmine Corp here. And BDS, they're playing somewhat reactively to it. We saw it in the last series as well, having to react to what is going to be going on from their opposition. But Karmine Corp certainly on the front foot to start this one.
Guys.
Yeah, well, for BDS, they've got their own box of tricks, and Drali, the player who's joined them most recently, is at the forefront of that. He's been looking sublime for them, you know, especially considering he comes into the RLCS as a new player with BDS to get reverse swept in that first semi and to make it back to a grand final, showing themselves to have that mentality.
Look at the strength of these two teams as well across the regional so far. When you look at the goals, the score and assists, every single one has number 1 and number 2 as either a BDS player or a Karmine Corp player. They are smothering the top end of the boards. This is our 2 best teams in this regional so far. Rise setting up the tier on that chance, comes down, trying to spike it past Monkey and Exotic. Isn't quite able to, and Aldrali on the push in the opposite blue half takes it away from anybody on his team. Vitera can clear. Now Atto in the midfield to try and make something magical for the Blues.
Karmine Corp, who now have a slight monkey off their back, in the sense that they have made it to Copenhagen. That is guaranteed. So playing with house money here, but they will, of course, still feel the pressure from Team BDS.
See, I was wondering if that'd be the case with them.
From one end of the pitch to the other, midfield finds Drali, finds Monkey Moon, finds corner, Exotic, and then success at the end. We saw it from Rise's perspective. Exotic came out of nowhere to strike it right from above him. And bear in mind that, yes, you talk about KC, they've already made the major. They're still, you know, trying to make it through. They've got that #1 seeding coming through already in the event, I believe. I might be corrected on that. But BDS, if they get the win here, they basically are going to clinch the major by just making Swiss in the next open qualifier. So not too much pressure. They've done it twice already so far, but there's still that little percentage, but a win would put them well on their way to a guaranteed spot.
I always love this stage of the splits when you're starting to get major implications. From every result, every goal can change so much. The dominoes fall or are re-raised in certain combinations. Drali comes forward. Atto is waiting. He's been so good the last couple of days, but he's been defending there. Monkey Moon to the backboard. He is looking alive right now. He's looking happy with his team. Drali, it's a bit of a wasted shot right there, but more BDS tippy-tap shots.
Halfway through the game, our team's completely on parity with each other. Drali now challenging in that blue box. Ball ends up falling towards Rise. No boost for Drali. Was hoping that mid boost.
Kind of hard to call it early, but I do like the way BDS is playing.
Up instead of going to the wall. Wants to get there.
The hard part with it only being game 1 is like,
Drali's going to receive.
can you keep this? Hold on.
Near target.
Nice, Monkey Moon. I was saying, can you keep this going for us, like a game? Can you keep it going for a series, right? So that's like the tough part about playing against Karmine Corp.
Double beats there for Team BDS. And they are showing, as they should, no respect to this monolithic Karmine Corp right now.
Yeah, KC, we've seen how well they've gone through so far, and we spoke to them previously, or spoke about them rather, in the previous series when they were playing against Magnifico.
Nice pass.
It leads to nothing, unfortunately, for Karmine Corp, and they don't want to be demoed out of the event. Ha ha ha. As you know, we've seen before that with the G2s, with everybody else leading our regions, they are wanting to make sure that they do not get beaten in the main events.
Yeah, they're wanting to, but that's another chance for Team BDS. 2 or 3 occasions we've seen clean shooting opportunities, and the finishing hasn't quite been there. So despite this lead, it's not been perfect from Team BDS, which I'm sure Karmine Corp will take some heart in, but this is, as you said, Stumpy, on the day, the hardest competition that Karmine Corp have been up against. Steamrolling through everyone. I can't see them steamrolling through Team BDS based on the opening 3.5 minutes of this grand finals, which excites me. Highest level of Rocket League seen so far in this competition, happening all the way here at the death as Vatira has Rise to his right. How many times have we said that over
Pass
the years?
up?
Rise
Oh, was looking for Rise to send it to the opposite corner.
Quite. Atto comes in, though, gets the double. It should be saved. And Exotic sends it to even more safety.
The Karmine Corp press coming through as Rise pre-jumps on that, but Drali from the backboard still intercepts. Now Atto versus Drali at the back, battles the newcomers to their team. Exotic can't quite tap in as Vatira is the man to make contact first. Drali now diving back, does clear the ball away. We are under 1 minute remaining in game #1. Rise challenged by Exotic early. No chance until a couple of whiffs come in. Exotic then has to go for it high as Drali challenges low, and Karmine Corp, they start to swarm. Nothing from it yet, and 20 seconds gone.
Rise, though, puts it into the corner. Monkey Moon is already up there, beats it away. Karmine Corp, they've not gone behind in series so far in this single elimination playoffs, and they still might not. It falls to Atto, and he makes no mistake.
30 seconds remaining, and from that pinch, Rise fakes. That's almost everything. It's a combination goal of everything that we have seen so
it has
far
the goalie going towards that opposite pin of that opposite post, moves him out of position. That was nice.
And then finally, that shot coming through. An equalizer for Karmine Corp, and BDS need to make sure that does not ruin their momentum.
You suspect that BDS have to stand up tall for the next 20 seconds. Karmine Corp will smell blood as Vatira puts it into the center. To juke it between them all. Not quite done this time. Monkey Moon has to get some boost, but he gets those reinforcements. It's looking like they're going to have to be holding on now. Vatira, another demo.
Oh, in the closing seconds.
Stabs into
no way. Cookies.
A late winner, potentially, with Vatira avoiding the ball. Fakes out the flip reset as well. Bottom corner found for Rise. But 6 seconds. BDS going up against one of the best kickoff teams in Europe. A chance for them to upset. With Atto taking it very safely towards the side. Nobody being too crazy on the side of Karmine Corp. That one pinching long.
There it is.
It's going to hit the ground. Karmine Corp deliver the first Game 1 loss to BDS this entire regional.
They are mentality monsters, Karmine Corp. They were, what, 50-odd seconds away from losing that one, end up winning it before overtime.
In regulation.
Even when they got the equalizer, you suspected something that wasn't going to be enough for them, and indeed, that's how it proved.
I mean, BDS, they didn't exactly let it go either at the end of that series. It was just a different style of play coming from Karmine Corp. It then became almost like they warmed back into that game. Normally, it takes some teams a couple of games to get into it, but then you look at the quality of goals that we had from BDS, a double beat, as you said at the time, that gave BDS the lead. And then finally, at 30 seconds in, a fake from Rise off the pinch. Atto
Where's our
secures,
BDS homie
and then
Ducky at?
6 seconds left. Vatira completely faking out that flip reset. Open for
Done got
Rise.
quiet since they started
KC,
playing Karmine Corp.
3-2 in regulation.
These aerial fakes, I mean, how on earth do you defend against them? When you have Rise going up, you have to cover the backboard, you have to cover the goal, right? He can just choose what he wants to do. I feel like you have to almost get the charge down in before the ball pops up. You have to preempt it.
But then that's also why we're seeing so many pre-jumps coming in as well. It's a very, it's an evolutionary arms race of plays going on right now with pre-jumps and then also...
Oh boy, Ducky leaving now that BDS is getting spanked.
Making sure, very nice late kickoff too, but it does get pressure over towards that BDS side.
I bet, Ducky. Appreciate you, fam.
A lot of boost on the side of Karmine Corp.
Charlie was so close to being clobbered out the sky there by Vatira. Rise does the same to his teammate. And Karmine Corp just continuing to
I'll be down to run a little bit later.
0-0. You're 18 seconds into game 2 in a grand final. We've already seen 2 air bump attempts and a fake kickoff.
Yeah, his brother
just
Lenny.
Fearless from them.
30 seconds in, the quality maintains its absolute heights that we've seen so far. But the pressure falling towards BDS. Nobody really taking the initiative on it and gives Vatira a decent amount of space, but one bumped out the sky. Atto.
You've never heard us yelling at Lenny on stream?
Over the top, but Drali.
Lenny!
Really wonderfully. That back corner is going to fall now towards Vatira. A touch from Atto, can't quite come in until then he gets the somehow inverted dunk on the BDS player in the midfield.
Ooh, nice touch there from Monkey Moon to give Charlie just a sniff at something. He won't be able to get the second touch because Vatira is shepherding. They managed to get it past a couple. Rise helps out. I'm not sure Vatira wanted him there. So the ball does fall to Monkey Moon. Team BDS, how they would love a goal. What that could do to their mentality right now, because Karmine Corp, no matter how good the team composition is, they grind it out of you. They almost grinded away an own goal there from their defending as Monkey Moon charges that one down in the air. BDS stepping up now in game 2 after Karmine Corp having it their own way.
And making sure that BDS are trying to ground as many of their opposition into dust. We've seen demos now starting.
It's really been a game battled around that 50-yard line, ain't it been, chat? Oh, nice, nice. Never mind about the 50.
Final magic.
He just kept on going. First the flip reset bounces off the ceiling. Passes Drali. Rise is there as well for some reason.
Wow.
Why not? Vatira's got you covered, pal. What a goal that is. What a stunner.
Stunning grand final goal to open it as well. Before anybody on BDS has got over 50 points as well. What dominance we've seen from this game 1 so far. And Vatira going for yet another shot. And I say dominance just purely by the fact they've got that goal. Atto can't quite drop it low enough. BDS have had a great push. They've had 3 shots on target. But now it falls back down towards Vatira. No chance for him to work it past the defender. Now Drali, left-hand side with 3 boosts. Nothing can come from it. And then Rise comes in. A double tap, potentially no. Exotic shutting it down.
Team BDS doing just about enough.
Shot.
Going 2-0 behind. I thought that was going to be Rise. Had a real open shot there. It could still happen. No, the 2 of
good
them
save.
on the goal line. BDS
pass over to Rise.
For as long as they
Oh, hold on.
can.
Counter.
Have to get these touches. That miss from Atto will help. Drali steaming in. He'll steal the boost as well. So a chance for a
nice.
especially with that demo. Monkey Moon can't
Monkey
quite
Moon need
shoot
to shove
on
that in
time.
there.
Now he's exotic. Drali's
Hold on.
arriving. He's going to want to put it into the back of the net here. Again, not quite there. Karmine Corp, of course, can defend well as well. This is where Team BDS want the ball.
I can't help but think that KC maybe could have scored on that chance, not just with the pass, but when it was completely open. The touch from Vatira, I believe, on the backboard just came out a little bit too far. But yeah, BDS, they got a good chance to make sure that they were able to chase a couple more chances over in that blue side. Atto with 1, can't get it around Monkey Moon as he taps it low. Vatira now up high, dodges a demo from Exotic, lures 2 into the play, drops it low, a miss from Exotic, double players again from the backboard. Monkey Moon and Charlie, fate, bump.
There's no boost. No boost, no.
You just knew when Atto went up, he had a Rise in front of him. He hunts down Monkey Moon, then he turns his attention to Exotic. He's trying to snake his way around, but my goodness, it's cruelty yet again.
That was gorgeous play. Every single player on Karmine Corp involved with the Atto Musty, which he's definitely been doing more and more. Maybe, you know, somebody on Vatira's team always has to be doing those late game musties. Team Joya proves to do it whenever he gets a little bit confident in a game. But Atto sending it central again, and BDS having to chase 2 goals.
Atto's gonna try and turn that into 3 right now. Rise once more, lingering underneath the Team BDS defense, but that's a better clearance from Monkey Moo. Exotic should be able to connect, but can't quite do it. The more pressure that Karmine Corp exert upon you, the harder these sort of half chances become as Rise comes forward again, almost fakes them all out. The amount of time, Stumpy, we're seeing 3 BDS players have to dive at the same ball because Karmine Corp are just tearing them to shreds.
Pass over, Monkey Moon touches it down for Exotic.
One off the ceiling with the pass. It's just shy of the goal. Goes off the crossbar. Monkey Moon chases it back. Actually takes the ball completely away from Atto. Very thankful for him to be there if you're a BDS supporter. Up high with 1 minute left. An air dribble doesn't go much further than Vatira. Atto, goal line, manages to get that save away.
A nuisance
only
in the
just
corner,
into
though.
the corner. Now Vatira setting it high right side. Drali an interception. Ceiling, a reset. Another reset onto the backboard. Who's going to be there? Vatira.
Pass,
Defense
Drali.
after
Does
defense.
it.
And this show from KC is that blue wall that we relish so much.
Rise sends this one long. Karmine Corp 33 seconds away from making this a long, long way back for Team BDS.
Great
Exotic tries to tee up Drali. It was good enough. It was scary for Drali, but Drali had the mechanics to make the most from it. And now Atto can just steal some more seconds away. Vatira's up. They don't even need to score, Stumpy. They just have to try and keep BDS at arm's length for not too much longer. Atto doesn't even need the flip reset. Rise is taken
Final
out.
10.
Who cares, say Karmine Corp? 8 seconds left. We can keep you out for this long. We can keep you out for a few more seconds. It's going to be 2-0 to Karmine Corp. And Team BDS are struggling to lay a glove.
After that late game win that we saw from Karmine Corp in game number 1, I am now not surprised that we are seeing a timeout coming from BDS. It is exactly what they need. Again, no one to keep preaching. 2-game loss, get a timeout going. Make sure that you can have that little bit of a buffer game. But my word, the quality of goal that we saw from Karmine Corp was astounding there. Vatira on that solo play all the way down the pitch, one of the highlights of the weekend. And then you see the goal coming through. This one, Atto goes up high, gets onto the musty with the reset, and Rise is just bumping as many BDS players out the way as he humanly can.
The Rise homing missile is
2-0.
turning into one of my favorite assets of this Karmine Corp squad. You know, just when you think you've kept them away, you've double committed in a good way, I guess, when you're defending on the goal line, got the ball away, got some boost again. Suddenly you look up and Rise going da-da, da-da, and just turning around and staring you down. That's what they've got to talk through, Stumpy. That's what Team BDS have to deal with.
Yeah.
I am running out of ideas how.
I mean, realistically, they have got the winning formula on their side. They know that the game plan that they have of being aggressive does work. But then you talk about the aggression of both of these teams, and then you look at it statistically. BDS so far
Let's
have
go
got
ahead
the
and
best
actually
defense for the event. They've got the lowest number of goals against, and then they've
run
got
a quick
the
60 second
shots
over on
against.
Twitch.
They're taking shots against them so infrequently, and then they're being scored upon even less frequently. And then Karmine Corp on the other side have got near enough the best offense in this event so far. They're number 1 in goals and then number 3 in shots. They are putting on a staggering number that BDS are largely keeping out. But you need to win on the offensive capability of your team, and BDS showed that against Oxygen, handily dispatching them.
Karmine Corp, who, as we said at the top of this, are trying to proclaim themselves as the sole kings of Europe. So far, challenges are falling one by one. Team BDS, a couple of games in, seem to be doing the same. But how powerful will this tactical timeout be?
Professional play so far from both sides. KC just getting the edge in both of our games. BDS thinking, no, they should have won that first one. Maybe this should be 1-1 in the series. Doesn't matter. Be like the bloke in the background.
All right.
Get yourselves away.
Game 3. Let's see if BDS can use that timeout buffer. That timeout buff.
Keep pressuring Karmine Corp and give us more games to enjoy.
BDS, it's all on you. Can you make this happen? That's a good start from Exotic. Can he follow it up? He wants to just try and track Atto's touch. A bit of pace, a bit of creation from them. I want to see all of them in the Karmine Corp half really try and make them struggle. They get in each other's way.
Damn.
But it works its way in, and the buff works.
Pinch in top corner. Thank you very much, says Monkey Moon. Atto and Vatira bumping each other respectively. And then Monkey Moon, not even a pinch, just managing to slot it the opposite side, straight out of reach. 22 seconds in, a BDS lead.
We've seen this before, though, where BDS have taken the lead and Karmine Corp, and Karmine Corp have done something funky from the kickoff. Not this time, just the default, but it does allow Rise in. Atto wants to get the double, can't quite do it. Exotic, lovely little play, letting the ball run across his body so he can brilliant. Exotic is coming online.
And two of them just like that.
Exotic in this entire event so far. Flicks it high, forces Vatira, forces Rise as well to make a decision and then shy away from it.
What a touch from
And he can then
Vatira.
carry on. We've seen how much KC go for these pre-jumps. If you can use that against them, that's what BDS need to do. Force them to go for it and then read the awkward touch that they are going to be pushed into doing. And a double kickoff coming for KC.
I say don't count KC out though. It's still hella early.
In the kickoffs.
Once again, Exotic.
No matter how much
into
momentum
that channel
BDS is
there,
going.
Forcing it out wide, exactly where Team BDS want it, where Monkey Moon is waiting and lingering. As a pass into the center if he can find it. Exotic's up yet again. Think of the amount of clean strikes Exotic is getting. He needs Charlie to help him out there, though. And he does with aplomb. A couple of touches, 17 boosts left as well. I wonder if that will come in helpful. He's just waiting for this ball. Enough to go for it and clear BDS's lines.
Vatira up high with a miss. Didn't have enough boost. Maybe thought I'm not going to do anything
Pass
with
back
it
for a
anyway.
toe.
Goes central, tries to find Atto. But defense strong enough. Charlie with a lovely fake out, then gets control, gets pressure. Playing for BDS here into the corner. Will there be a double touch? And it gets shut down by Vatira on that chance, and then Exotic sent to that scrapyard.
So wants to go over the top of Drali. He almost manages it, but not quite there. Drali is performing admirably defensively, only 22 points to his name, but certainly performing much better than that as far as my eye test goes, at least. And so we all know he's performing better than maybe anyone in this tournament, but Drali is winning that ball yet again. All three Team BDS players on the left wing waiting to see what Vatira's going to do. The answer to that question is try and tee himself up. And it falls to Rise. BDS, a great uptick now.
And Rise making sure that he shows his former team, the one that he left to come to KC4, that KC was absolutely the right shout for him. And he said, there is no world where I change from the blue wall. I absolutely believe him. This really does feel like it's going to be his home for the foreseeable future, and it's wonderful to see.
Yeah, it is. Of course, on the other end, Exotic was playing with Karmine Corp last season. They dropped him, so the fact that he's the player for Team BDS now, who really is coming online and waking up,
is brilliant.
Sign for him, but Vatira goes to the ceiling. It's a great first touch. Then he
Nice
gets
bump.
the bump. Oh my
Nice.
God. None of them can get a touch.
And
until
right at
Rise
that
steps in and
halftime,
scores.
A conveyor belt.
Vatira does a great job here. Gets the bump on the Monkey Moon. Rise able to follow it up.
A miss.
Damn.
And Rise on the relatively open net, a clopen net, I believe they call it in OCE. CJ was teaching me yesterday. It's a close open one. And that is now one back for KC. Alarm bells maybe ringing in BDS's heads when you look back at what happened in the first game.
Ooh, Atto is getting past another couple. So dominant on the floor. Monkey Moon is the final man in front of him. Almost gets past him as well. Steals the boost too. So much good work done by Atto. Karmine Corp found themselves 2 goals down. Now that's halved already, and plenty of games still to play. BDS, you feel, have to hold out in this game, or this one may well be over. Monkey Moon, it's over the top of Rise. Vatira's waiting in there. Karmine Corp never too soon to leave their lines when they're defending. A patient team on top of everything else. Rise, what I am finding, Stumpy, is that Karmine Corp are running out of boost a lot more. BDS are beginning to starve them.
Yeah, and we just saw there, basically all of them had about 30 combined. But now Vatira steals boost, gets the demo for double effect, then gets another bump, and then Rise can't tap it in! Neither can Vatira! Who's going to be there next? Is Monkey Moon to save it away? A blunder from Karmine Corp!
Yeah, but it was after their favourite party trick, but Team BDS do get away with it. What will that do to their spirit? Atto into the centre, and Exotic was waiting for it! I thought for a minute that one would be going in, couldn't quite get the connection that he needed. But now Rise, again using all of his boost. What can he do with it? Towards Vatira it goes. Monkey Moon should be tracking this one. Monkey Moon misses though, but it's only as far as Drali. Atto towards the centre, into the corner this time. Wants to get the redirect, can't quite get it up, but Monkey Moon completely whiffs. Only onto the roof of Drali. And again! Then he gets the dunk. He meant it. We're all good.
3 in a row for Monkey Moon, hoping it's not going to become endemic. But nothing for BDS. It did not lead to any goals, but you don't want to be seeing that in a grand final. Absolutely not. Under a minute
BDS got to hold on these last 50 seconds, bro.
Strong man for BDS. This lead so far maintaining. Rise.
Karmine Corp's doing a good job starting to push up.
Anybody continues going bump for Atto, not enough boost.
Vatira's back. He should be able to touch this. Left off for Rise.
What's happening?
Pass over to Rise once more. Pass back to a toe. Oh my
What they're attempting! A fake after fake after fake, followed by a miss, followed by a couple more misses, and then a beautiful
bar down.
In the
Damn.
orange half. Casey. Draws level, 30 seconds remaining, and we can
Tied
hear
up.
echoes of game one in our minds.
And I think the Karmine Corp can hear echoes of last regional as well, the one that they were victorious in. They needed 6 games last time against Gentlemates. Could be even better this time. They have to take this game first. Rise, he booms it long and follows it up yet again. Just kicking this hornet's nest of the BDS defense over and over, fearlessly, tirelessly. But here come Team BDS. Rise into the corner. Exotic is waiting. He goes for the pass.
Oh, Monkey Moon!
Scores! Phenomenal play for BDS. We see a passing play to get Casey back in it, and then another to send them straight back out. Exotic
What a pass from
leaves
Exotic.
the ball to Monkey Moon. Vatira, awkward post driving. Can't jump up. BDS, a late winner potentially, but the final 5 seconds. We've seen what 6 seconds can do. A double fake kickoff. It will not be what Karmine Corp wanted. Now Drali just to the floor, and you get the win. He will secure
All right.
BDS. Get their
So
first
BDS
in
gets the timeout buff. They win game
by
3.
holding their nerve, Stumpy. They are realizing that Karmine Corp aren't this usual predictable style of attack. You know, it's not an infield pass and a shoot. It's an infield pass, 3 fakes, a demo, rotation, get 100 boost, and then shoot. Oh no, I faked again, right? What they're trying to do is predict when Karmine Corp are doing their brand new Karmine Corp thing. When it doesn't work, it looks silly like the equalizer, but when it does, they get that counter attack, and that's how they got the late goal.
We did see a good few misses, though.
What do we
towards
think,
the
chat?
end of the game
BDS bringing us back?
specifically, where before they seem to be followed up by actual shots and actual chances.
Or this
to
kind of be
make the
like we
play
saw
happen.
who
We
BDS
saw
played to
maybe
get
the
here.
sweat getting the better of all of the players. That goal from Atto is wonderful, though. Manages to
Be
get a
like
touch underneath.
Magnifico,
And again,
or not
a
Magnifico,
pass across,
Oxygen,
a bump as
where they
well
win
in
to
the
1
in
and then
the middle of all of that.
just
to
give
get
up the
another
next
Karmine
2.
Corp player out the way, reduce congestion. Great play from both teams, but both absolutely fallible in the last minute and a half.
Yeah, it's a scrappy old victory there for Team BDS. I do maintain that it's the theory, it's something they're trying. It doesn't look particularly clean, though, and I do wonder if Team BDS are going to take that blueprint into this next game, or if they're going to try and exert themselves, try and actually
I wonder if
dominate this
OCE
game,
is going to
because
have a
they are
broadcast
capable
for
of doing that.
for
You know,
Qualifier
with the
3.
momentum swing of getting that game, Stumpy, they can make Karmine Corp sweat. They were 3-0 up in the last semi-finals. Now they've got their game. I want to see them do exactly that.
Time for them to wrestle a couple more from it and potentially rip that trophy out of Karmine Corp's hands. Atto now, 1 reset, goes middle with it, and Drali then just to pump it long. Only 1 boost to his name. Vatira then finds it back towards Drali, who chased that ball all the way down into the blue half. And Karmine Corp definitely looking to have another explosive start to their game if it can go their way.
And the reason for that, there was another delayed kickoff, followed up and cheated
Left off for Exotic.
aggressively as
Nice
well.
bump.
So from every kickoff, Karmine Corp
This is going to be a good counterattack potentially. Rise to touch.
Advantage after that. Exotic, can he get back? He does just.
That comes with a Monkey Moon back pass as well. Didn't mean it at all. Tried to get a touch towards that blue half. Instead, it absolutely flings off him. Atto bouncing it over the top. Monkey Moon is going to be the saviour on this attempt, pinching towards the other side of the pitch. This ball not finding its home or any alliance in either side. And then a shot ripped on
And
there
BDS
by Exotic.
keeps it
BDS
rolling.
a lead.
First
Here he
one's
is
on the
again,
board.
Exotic, clean finishing, has taken Karmine Corp to major victories before.
Oh, he almost
they turned
got
away
it.
from him, thought they needed more, but he has always got that in his locker, always ready to strike when the opportunity hits.
Exotic really looking like the player to watch over on BDS's side. Historically, that's been any amount of...
Oh,
others.
Ducky's back.
Exotic, you're right. The
What up,
KC
Ducky?
man. Minute has now passed, and Charlie wants
Yeah,
to
it
cause
was
chaos
look
on
good.
that back line. Takes out the reach of Exotic, however, that pass did them well previously, where he got a little awkward touch. Rise sees one in the middle, and then banks on the fact he'd be challenged that way as well, so then can then get 50 into the corner, but the ball still falls over towards BDS.
Ah, okay.
Takes it solo. Takes
Wait,
it to
then
the
who's
ground,
typing right now?
scope up, as does
That's
Atto,
creepy.
only gets Vatira. A reset from Rise, a fake from Rise, a shot from Rise, but a save. BDS stay firm.
That was way nervier than it had any right to be. It seemed that BDS had suppressed the danger, but Karmine Corp somehow turned it into something down the other end. His team BDS trying to do the same. Not quite on target on that occasion. Vatira comes forward now. BDS are back, a bank of 3, able to hopefully keep this ball away, at least for now. Try and keep their lead for a little bit. Try and make Karmine Corp sweat. Rise gets it past one of them, but... well, I was going to say they're dealing with this much better, but they're being a little bit passive, whether it's by design or accidentally.
I mean, I think they knew that Rise didn't have any boost there, but equally, you see loads of fake boost plays where you think, okay, he's out, we can take it a little bit slower. Rise, in that instance, might have had 40 in the tank, and BDS wouldn't have known, but they took that risk. Now Rise on that right-hand side now does have boost, 70 to his name, but gets challenged. Monkey now sending it long. That's going to be on target, but Vatira handily sending it away easily. Rise misses. Atto does receive it. A reset over 1. Pitches for the bump, but Monkey Moon yet again standing as firm as he can.
Great read as well from Monkey Moon there. Atto was almost found by Vatira, but Monkey Moon nipped it in the way just to once more send Karmine Corp back. Here he is again, getting in the way of everything, intercepting all over the place.
Second
Can't block
touch.
that one though from Vatira. Not quite got the angle, but what a clean touch that was.
Just exotic.
Now Vatira waits to see if Atto's going to win it. He doesn't. It's Monkey Moon
Monkey
yet
Moon?
again. He is hungry, but he gets too little on the ball that time.
Exotic has been the defensive man in this game for sure. He's made sure that he rotates.
If Drawley gets
a little
that center
bit
on that
further than he
pass,
has
I think
done
that's a goal.
previously, but will happily come up to try and take a bite.
Everyone
of that
was
cherry
facing
if
near
he is able
post.
to, as we saw for that first goal. 2 minutes remaining. Drawley over 1, but Atto's going to snuff out that attempt. The backboard is his, but very awkward. He takes it away from his own player.
Team BDS out shooting Karmine Corp right now by 6 shots to 4,
Ooh,
make it 7.
Vatira with the
The big
save.
save comes in from Vatira. Atto just can't quite...
And
put them
another
down right now.
one.
These touches that before were eluding Team BDS's defense, they're sitting a bit further back, just playing that slightly more passive. And Karmine Corp, they have to come to grips with the change in tactics.
These demolitions now starting to rain in for BDS. They're locked and loaded, and Vatira wants to return fire. Exotic is on target with it, but Atto across the net can keep that one out. Still only that 1 goal lead. Monkey
Nice
Moon
job to
one
keep
off
the
target. Drawley shies away from that challenge intelligently. Down the midfield, it does fall towards Karmine Corp to take full control over. To the ceiling, gets bumped. Vatira then recovers. A pass central from Rise, and now it's Monkey Moon versus 2, but with no boost, he won't get too far until Drawley and Exotic step in. But neither can actually accept who should take control of that ball.
It's all right.
Target for Karmine Corp does roll a little bit too slowly.
Rise tees up Vatira. It almost
Rise?
sprays over the top of Drawley. Drawley has to stay as tall as possible. Not quite force it in yet again. 45 seconds left. Karmine Corp finally beginning to knock on the door. Can they make this happen?
Drawley
They
left
sit back
off for
yet
Exotic.
again.
Exotic punt.
Has the lead. Vatira with the wonder save.
That would have been a chance for that 2.
Tell me that Vatira comes down here and sets up an assist right now.
Oh,
that would have been so nasty.
It then falls down towards Drawley. The 3 players from BDS moving forward. Monkey Moon faking out Rise, going low underneath Atto. Vatira to receive. 15 seconds. We've seen late game wonders from Karmine Corp.
Vatira's still on the 100 boost.
Rise?
Rise, he has the shooting chance. Atto is still there. Where is Vatira? When is he coming in? He's waiting, but the opportunity just not coming. BDS send it away yet again.
Going to game
Rise
5?
tees up one more chance.
Tied up in
Exotic
2,
says
baby.
no, at least for now.
Rise now up high with enough boost to get
Hold
some
it.
real distance.
Let
on
him
it.
cook.
Vatira is up next.
Let him
Looking for
cook.
the Second,
Oh, no.
nobody central for that pass, and BDS by the skin of their teeth in the
All right.
final minute.
Going to
do
game 5,
secure
tied up at 2s.
That game. And Cog, you said where's Vatira for that shot? He went in for the shot, but it was taken away from him by a teammate who got the reset and then just flicked it past. If there was a little bit more communication, maybe Karmine Corp score there, but BDS stayed firm on their goal. They showed off why they are the #1 defense in this event so far.
Yeah, and you have to be to get a clean sheet against Karmine Corp, especially when they have, what, 8 shots? Takes something incredibly special. They scored after 55 seconds, Stumpy, and then just held out Karmine Corp for the rest of it.
And Karmine Corp are going to be taking that time out. They've now lost 2
Good call.
games. It's scary times when you look towards the end of this series.
What a save that was.
Karmine Corp
Chat, we're running a quick 60-second over on Twitch since they're taking a timeout.
I'm just looking back at these highlights now, and Vatira making that save
Also
just
gonna go
to
rinse out
keep
my
things as
cover
terrifying
plate.
as possible for Team BDS all the way to the end. Keep those heart rates up, the adrenaline pumping, so when Karmine Corp then do take their tactical timeout, BDS are sort of trapped in this limbo of still ready to go but having to wait. It must be horrible.
Ferrer standing behind Karmine Corp now, making sure that his words are getting through to the boys, that he keeps them cool, calm, collected, and ready to make sure that game number 5 is going to be going their way. They have a game plan. I think out of any team in Europe, you look at game plans and you look at who formulates them, and Ferrer has been the man behind, the genius of so many teams historically. Vitality before Karmine Corp, of course, and then on Karmine Corp, making sure that when you look at when you look at your coach be making good decisions, you can see the vision that he has in his mind. He can get that through to the 3 players on KC.
Well, Ferrer has another 30 seconds with his team to try and springboard them to his personal, as a coach, 7th RLCS event win in a row, including majors, including world championships. Now we're here, back online, but it doesn't feel any lower pressure. You know, you still have all these eyes watching you. You are still locked in to competitive 3v3 matchup. Who do you favour here, Stumpy?
This is completely split down the middle. And what a brilliant performance from both teams to make it split down the middle too. They went through both of their semi-finals 4-1. They took a bullet in the arm, but then they continue to fight through. And it's definitely going to be interesting. Whoever takes game number 5 puts them on that series championship tournament point, whatever you want to call it. And early chances falling already to BDS.
Yeah, that's where you want Exotic as well, having those clean shots. Vatira, that's where you certainly want him. The redirects, the fancy plays. 2 chances, 1 for each team. Both go begging. Monkey Moon maybe doesn't miss this one. BDS are turning this ship around.
And Monkey Moon is going to be at the helm. Exotic sends it over 1 defender. Monkey Moon on with complete and utter speed. Vatira was near enough on that ball, and yet his lightning fast reactions still couldn't contend with the speed that Monkey Moon shot with.
This is also a complete opposite from the last time these two played. With that reverse sweep, once the momentum went the way of Karmine Corp, BDS couldn't deal with it. This time it's Karmine Corp who took the early lead. BDS, now they have their momentum. Are they able to really just tearing the flesh off their
BDS
opponents?
scores first, huh?
It's more good defending from them.
It's a good pinch though, going long. Atto's going to take a sensible and controlled touch. Gets over a defender, goes for the bump on the next. Rise, central, sorry, Vatira central with it. That was completely open.
Yeah, missed a couple of double taps for Tira. Completely unlike him. The serial winner, the serial championship Sundayer. You expect him to sink those all day long. Has to shake himself out of this one, but credit to the way BDS are throwing themselves at everything, making it tricky for Karmine Corp. Tira's going to be sent back to the corner. Exotic, another huge clearance. Another thing BDS are doing very well, actually. When they do get these clean touches, they're making the most of them. Karmine Corp maybe 1 split second away from scoring, but BDS on top for now. A lovely touch.
Great touch from Drali. Just gets over the top, and Drali is playing a wonderful game so far. He's been an incredible player for BDS, an absolute credit to that team and organisation. And a minute and a half in, he's showing that in game number 5, he's still continuing to show up. Midfield sees Exotic beat out Atto. Rise can take a leisurely stroll away from that ball, gets a very awkward touch around. On target, Monkey Moon to dunk, and it goes in!
Just everything beginning to fall the way of Team BDS. Rise, it looked like he had this covered. It also looked like Drali had missed his opportunity. But Monkey Moon, the 21-22 world champion, gets in there to put that one below the crossbar.
BDS going for not a romp over Karmine Corp, but definitely making sure that they are saying, look, lads, you got the late equalisers, you got the late winners, whatever. We can get these early on, and they've been able to prove that they can hold them to 2-2 in the series. Exotic challenging, very strong in that back half.
Oh, they almost had a quick third.
Block from that side wall, quite awkwardly positioned for him. Vatira failing to get a long pinch with 0 boost. He's now going to be in trouble. And look at the boost on Karmine Corp's side. Only Rise has got any.
Karmine Corp, the tactical timeout they've just had hasn't seemed to have shaken too much life into them. BDS, monsters right now. Rise up against Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon's going to come away with the ball yet again. He is surely most improved player in this series. He had a couple of tough moments earlier, but right now, Karmine Corp can't get past the Monkey Moon.
Halfway through the game, and a touch on. Sees Exotic now go for a bump on a defender. Clever play, but doesn't get anywhere far. And when's the last time we saw Karmine Corp in that orange half? The ball has been completely isolated. Finally, it gets past. Vatira's on target with it too, and Monkey Moon stretches for the save.
Oh, a lovely touch there as well. To get that ball onto the side, bouncing off the ramp into the center is exactly what I think it was Drali wanted. Monkey Moon wants to tee up Drali. Little half doink there isn't going to be enough to go home. BDS keeping themselves alive even further. Drali has a chance to shoot this one. Preflip gang is here. Monkey Moon shoots, but it's saved.
It caught Atto completely off guard, that touch, and yet he still dealt with it from Monkey Moon. That, however, is completely open and exotic. Leaves nobody behind, no witnesses, as BDS secure 3-0 in Game 5.
Yet again, though, it's because Team BDS are starting to expect Karmine Corp shenanigans. As soon as Vatira came out, Rise thought that he can, I'll get some bumps. I'll make this tricky for them. Exotic predicted it. He essentially pre-jumped Rise's bump, and they're winning kickoffs too. BDS completely turned this one around. A great pinch from Exotic. Ends up falling for Vatira. Monkey Moon challenges him so quickly, Stumpy.
It's a minute and a half now, and it's Atto seeing Rise Central, tries to find
They got
Rise,
90
but
seconds to try and find something going here.
Vatira with only 40 boosts has to shy away from this challenge, which I know he does not like to do at all. Gets 100 boosts at the back. Atto touches on Vatira. I don't think he was expecting that either, but Monkey Moon absolutely was. It's another chance for Drali to come through. Bumps Atto out of the way, makes it awkward. KC are being hounded in their own half.
The amount of boost deals as well that BDS players are having as they're coming out. Drali beating Vatira clearly.
Yeah, and another one for BDS. Holy smokes.
4-0. BDS dominance in game number 5, and the
Wow.
angle from Drali forced Atto for the save, who does wonderfully to get it, by the way. But Exotic there again to poach. That is, by the way, that's 13 shots for BDS and only 3 for Karmine Corp.
I would love to know the last time they were dominated like that in shot statistics and in goals as well. Even better, you can shoot all day long.
Potentially looking at 2 shutouts in a row.
BDS have found their finishing boots. Maybe they're finishing this entire tournament as the EU team on the up.
In that back half, though, we've seen these late winners for Karmine Corp, but even at 4-0 down, I'm still not going to count them out. Right-hand side, Atto, with every second going by, it just looks more and more likely. Vatira was there for the shot, but Monkey Moon clearing away yet again. Rise with boost, with a reset, with ambition. No touch comes in, and Atto crawls forward a little bit too far.
And Drali had gotten the third back, so no one can push up.
From a demo. 20 seconds remaining, that's going to be it. BDS take themselves to tournament point.
I mean, the game's over, but Karmine Corp would love a goal for the road here. It would do the world of good for their mentality. And I'm not getting louder and excited because I think all the comeback's on, but I think that matters in the next game.
Mate, if you came out and you said, all right, the comeback's on now, I'd have to kick you from the call. I'm sorry.
I want to test that theory.
I don't think I have admin rights, so you have called my bluff there, unfortunately. Oh, if only. 3 obviously unable to be come back from, and BDS an astonishing game number 5, the biggest goal difference that we have seen in any of our games so far. Wonderful play from them.
All right,
that was
BDS.
also after Karmine Corp's timeout.
Series
They've broken
point.
their timeout after winning their own.
Hugely broken it. They've obliterated their timeout, Stumpy. Just completely made the most from it. Cassio, Coach Cassio, we spoke to him on the show yesterday. The new generation, we've got French pro players that are running rings on everyone else. Apparently, French coaches aren't doing too badly for themselves either, because it clearly has been a tactical masterclass. The way that Team EDS have turned this one around, and the way what was causing them so many troubles before is now starting to work in their advantage. My thought is that Karmine Corp should go a little bit more standard in the next game. Just slow down the bumps and the fakes for a second. Play a bit more generic. No, I'm not saying slower. Play quick, play brilliant, go for mechanical plays and that. But just it's become a bit predictable for Team BDS.
Yeah, I think that when you see Karmine Corp and you know that, okay, I'm going to pop it now, and then immediately you're luring somebody in. Sometimes they're getting 2 defenders to come out, and then that means, cool, well, I can pop this, then go for that bump immediately. All of a sudden, there's no
right, we got
behind,
the
or
series.
there's one player, but then you can take the 50. You're right.
You're
It's almost like Karmine Corp have got a flow chart that they're going through of what to do. If ball is popped, go for a pre-jump. BDS, they've got their hands on the book of Karmine Corp.
Coach Ferrer came in to this series on a 6-tournament win streak. He now finds his team 1 game away from losing the EU trophy to Team BDS.
What performance it'd be for BDS to do so. Almost every single person on the desk going for Karmine Corp. Chat going for Karmine Corp. I know for a fact there's going to be a very, very big viewing party going on right now from Kometo. And a lot of sad KC fans when they are losing to yet another French team. It does not happen very often. First 30 seconds been very neutral in that midfield, and Ferrer certainly had more words for his team. Rise on target, but Drali, a pretty regulation save from him.
Well, it was a regulation save after he dodged the bump. I think there were 2 attempts, 2 swipes at him, and he hopped over those, skipped to the ball, and then jumped in joy because he got the save.
There it
He
is.
comes right down the other end. Karmine,
Give us a game 7 for a grand, baby. Let us see game 7.
And that's after being shut out until the final 10 seconds of the previous game as well. They'll be very happy with the goal in just 40 seconds. Gives them a nice early lead, and potentially a game 7 going to be on the horizon for this second regional event as well. Here on Utopia, what a map, what a couple of teams.
I mean, I'd say if I was a BDS fan right now, I'd
pass.
still be excited to come back the way things are going. Atto gets a save from a mammoth pass from Team BDS, and then the pinch works in Karmine Corp's favour. If they could double their lead, the momentum swing will be complete.
Rise going central with that, but nobody from Karmine Corp there, instead a BDS player can clear it long. Atto now down over towards the side of Rise. Vatira has to wait in there, wait to see what happens. Just about gets a skimming touch on it. Sent high, and then Exotic sending Atto completely away. Drali sealing instead is found out by Vatira, and we're definitely seeing a couple less pre-jumps coming through for Karmine Corp here so far.
Yeah, a few players playing in front of the ball as well. A little bit happier just to sit behind it. I think they have had a slight swing. You know, Plan B has been called into effect from Ferrer. Here comes Monkey Moon. The shot's not quite good enough. It's saved by Atto, and there's no one following up. So Team BDS, you know, they can't do the same themselves. They have to continue to try and squeeze this Karmine Corp roster, or else Atto's going to come back. I wondered if he still had a flip. He didn't.
Same.
If he had it, could have been trouble.
I think he must have been right on the edge of his flip timer too. 1.5 seconds he's got to send it. Wasn't able to on that chance. 2 minutes now elapsed. That 1 goal for KC. Still the only one in this game. Atto left-hand side, but lands awkwardly, so it gives Monkey Moon an opening to come in to shoot. High above the crossbar. Trusts Vatira for that challenge. Drali top corner. Atto again to save.
Yeah, it was good patience there from Karmine Corp. I think they were pretty comfortable. They had these saves. It looks scary when the ball slams at you. Same again there. Monkey Moon shoots. Drali's turn this time. You have to get rid of the ball eventually. You can't keep relying on these goal line clearances. Drali goes to the ceiling.
They still can't get it past mid, man. BDS has the clamps down.
Rise. Atto's already there. Exotic. He gets it over and he wants to go to the ceiling. Can't quite do it. So instead of Plan B.
Drali's got no, doesn't have control. But still, man.
Away.
Halfway through the game.
You just get it past half, and Drali's, you know what? I'll go ahead and take this. Thanks. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Rise is on target with 0 boost. Very little power can be generated, so Monkey Moon sends it to the corner. Again, low boost for Karmine Corp on these attacks. They're being starved before they even get into the orange half. A demo from Vatira. Atto's on the backboard. These are the angles that he lives for.
Yeah, but the pinch, the ball just wouldn't fall in time. He wanted a magnet.
Double commit on that. Why?
In time, but not to be. Karmine Corp are going to have to go back and start.
Oh, if Rise gets a hold of that, that gets buried.
BDS so close to going 2 down. Karmine Corp keep hold of this slender lead. Drali could chase up. Kibu could chase up Vatira.
What a save from Vatira. Jeez Louise.
Exotic tries to go for a ceiling play, isn't able to, but look, the BDS pressure building yet again. Monkey Moon, relatively low on boost. Pass off the ceiling. Exotic is there.
It's in front of the net.
No problem. BDS, the benefactors.
BDS, suddenly the finish line comes charging.
Wow, everybody missed.
And Vatira of all people, the double miss. The BDS pressure was on, waiting behind.
That's crazy.
And the equalizer has indeed been found.
Minute and a half left for KC to put their stamp on this game and on the regional as a whole. A bump on Monkey Moon, unsuccessful. Vatira came in for the shot based on the fact that bump would be successful. Rise now challenging. Monkey Moon again a save.
Atto sends it forward. Desperation here from Karmine Corp. Do they stick or twist? Will they get a little bit scrappy or keep on playing the way we know they can?
It's a good pass middle from Vatira. But blocked out again by Drali. Rising able to get the shot to go in the back of the net. 0 boost for Atto again. Every chance that KC seem to have, they're burning their boost before then they get to the final step. Vatira has to now track.
I was gonna say, is Vatira gonna turn on that?
Right hand side. Lovely pre-jump off the wall. Does find him. Exotic with an awkward one. Rise with a fake. I felt like that was going to be happening, but unlike earlier on, nobody was close enough to follow Vatira.
Vatira?
On the reset, on the shot.
It's left open. What a save!
Rise! He went for it. His teammate could have scored. He pulled Rankaroni victoriously. Now it's Team BDS. Will they use that to push? Is that the inspiration they need to claim this regional? Atto, he fakes out two of them. Drali and Exotic almost squeeze it into their own net. Vatira's left all alone. 15 seconds left now. Rise into the center.
Vatira!
Exotic. Drali is up and he's taking it there.
It's there! We're going to Game 7, baby! Let's go!
Karmine Corp let one go earlier. They're not going to let it happen again. Vatira locks on, removes the player. 7 seconds, and we've seen, as I say every time on these late winners, magic happen from these spots. A kickoff going very neutrally. Exotic takes it back into the corner. Rise.
What were you saying, Ducky? Sorry.
Nicely. Drali central. Nobody there for it. Moonmoon does keep it up. Drali gets a demo. It's relatively open. Drali there for it.
Oh, no,
He's going to come in for any other BDS player. And Cole, I don't know if you looked at the cameras during that late winner for Karmine Corp. They didn't shout, they didn't scream. Literally, Vatira put his hands up and did the gesture of whoa, 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 whoa. Guys, we're good. We can continue pushing through this. Game 7 for our second Open Qualifier champions.
Man, they're like Season 6 Cloud9. You know, these robotic sort of influences that they have to just completely stay cool, calm, and collected at all times. But I'll tell you what, Stumpy, at the end of that one, I wasn't cool, calm, and collected. That was a real chance for Team BDS. They couldn't quite get the touch that they needed. I hope we see it in this highlights package. It started off, you know, pretty simple for Rise. It didn't finish simple for him.
And tell you what, there's a goal also that comes in where every single person misses on the ball. It's on that one. I'm so excited to see that on first touch later. on Wednesday, which every single person should be tuning in for.
Oh, why is Rise shot there?
You've got to look at it. You've also got to analyse why Rise shot in that position. He could have gone more towards the centre of the goal, but he literally shot right above the players, and you see the devastation on Monkey Moon's face.
668 points.
They still have a chance. Every player on this pitch has a chance to make sure that they lift that proverbial Regional 2 trophy. BDS trying to get this win to near enough guarantee themselves a spot in the major. And interestingly as well, Cole, Monkey Moon currently holding the lead for most amount of regional wins in Europe at 8. If Vatira wins here and Karmine Corp get that victory, he ties.
Well, Karmine Corp is
all right, let's go, Game 7.
Straight away in Game 7, it's the fake kickoffs. They have caused chaos with those throughout this European weekend, and it's put them on the front for 18 seconds in. Rise almost over the top of Monkey Moon. What are these players thinking? Ferrer, the coach of Karmine Corp, going for what must be a long since record-breaking regional victory. Whereas Team BDS, they want to be back in that conversation for Kings of EU.
Drali taking early swipes at any defender he can get his hands on. Vatira trying to go for Exotic, who completely puts the brakes on and stays out the way of that battering ram.
Exotic to the corner, but Rise is the only player who was reading that one. Drali steamed it ahead of Monkey Moon for the best because Monkey Moon was taken out. Maybe he sensed that his teammate was going to be taken out the earth there. Rise up against Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon gets the save though.
Minute elapsed and Monkey Moon now taking one touch over the top. Drali shies away from that chance. Actually, waits it out and then goes through a little bit of a better touch. 70 boost and Vatira then faking low. These pre-jumps from both sides. Burning boost with no touches on the ball. 15 boost, no dunk on target in favour of Rise there, but Karmine Corp and this deadly press finally abated by BDS.
Their BDS are looking about as comfortable as you could possibly expect against Karmine Corp, but it's never simple. Challenge is going to spoon into the ceiling. Exotic gets the flip reset. Can he get it over Atto? No, he didn't actually get the reset. Atto used all of his boost. Rise then gets the challenge. Drali from the side has to generate some angle to allow for a counter-attack for Team BDS. It's a little bit safety first right now from these guys.
I mean, nobody wants to be the first team to concede. Ultimately, it doesn't seem to matter, especially when Vatira takes a blinder of a shot on Exotic from nowhere, from the rafters, gets a save away.
Yeah, but look at the pressure continuing. Vatira asked the hardest question of all for Monkey Moon. Do you have this read? Atto, Drali meets him in the air. Now it's Monkey Moon winning it cleanly. We are seeing some clean BDS touches, but they're going nowhere. As for KC, they get pre-jumps, they get attacks, they're alley-ooping it themselves, but it's sent over, at least for now. Atto shoots again, and Monkey Moon saves.
Already on the side of Karmine Corp, racking up 4 shots, and those are the ones that are counted. There's been 3 or 4 more that have been set up before these shots and blocked out before they even apparate. Rise with 50 with Exotic. Sends it central, and a little bit of calm starting to form here in the middle of game number 7.
Yeah, I feel like Karmine Corp will be a lot happier about that than Team BDS will. BDS need a little bit of chaos to unfurl. It's too clean right now. That's where Karmine Corp beat them. Exotic used almost all of his boost to get there, but does so much with it. An absolute boatload. It's gone high. Monkey Moon takes demo the respawning Vatira. Charlie can't quite get that second touch. The BDS counter looks most dangerous for them, but has that been overcommit?
Vatira's open! Oh, he didn't even get that open. Just wide. That's just right in.
We saw the composure in game number 6 from BDS, and then they send 2 players erroneously towards that ball. 3 minutes elapsed, only 1 goal gone in, and now Karmine Corp are allowing themselves to celebrate. Ferrer tells them, calm down, boys. Still 2 minutes remaining, and we've seen what the late game looks like between these 2 titans.
Oh, Charlie couldn't quite squeeze it in. Monkey Moon is way off target. Another
Imagine they hit that in, man.
Now is up. You can't worry about it. You got to keep on going, Monkey Moon. You have to stay behind this ball. It could have been 1-1 straight away.
15 seconds elapsed since that goal, and it has been that BDS pressure coming through. Drani with a flick, but Vatira is well versed in that 1v1 play. Monkey Moon central. Drani will be there again. These bumps from BDS starting to look desperate, but that is exactly where you end up finding that they do land.
Karmine Corp covering their backboard time.
All right, 90 seconds for BDS to find a response.
Monkey Moon now. He wants to get over to
Hold on.
can't do it.
Oh, I thought Tal was going to hit that down.
Time just beginning to fade away for Team BDS. Touches like that
Sink that in.
are going to be so important for them.
Minute 15, and a flick central sees Vatira leave that ball, and Exotic pick it up. Stopped in the midfield by Atto, then has to block again. 2 players blocked from it. Rise, the only man to it. The double tap is there for him, but as is Drali.
Nerves of steel from the new man for Team BDS. More defending to come though. Monkey Moon over the top. Atto's coming in. Could kill it here, but Monkey Moon lands on the ball. Gets it towards Rise at least. Where's the defense gone? Left and right. In search of boost. Vatira shoots.
Wow.
He saves again.
Defense is coming in so big right now, but they need to find a way out of their zone. Hold on. Touchdown to Vatira.
On target for Atto. Another save for Monkey Moon, but BDS need to work their magic and get it out of their own half.
Drali, up the wall, here he comes, the mechanical man, the 1v1 master. He's the player Team BDS need here. Monkey Moon is trying to approach. 20 seconds separate. Karmine Corp and perfection so far from Europe. That mistake might make things easier for them, but still they survive. Charlie's there, he has a clean chance for a dribble. 10 seconds, Stumpy. Exotic goes long. Can this bump come in? Oh, it's so close. Monkey Moon now. Exotic there.
Monkey Moon! With 2 seconds left. What?
Late game heroics have been the absolute death of both teams in this series, and Monkey Moon gets it round Vatira.
Wow.
2
To
seconds
tie
remaining.
things up.
Surely we see an overtime
In the
between
closing
these two
seconds,
titans.
there's just
On
no
this
way.
kickoff, ever so important. The right-hand side sees Rise go up high with boost, with a reset. Atto free jumps, spike to the ground. This is overtime for the tournament.
Game 7 overtime, baby. Championship Sunday.
Vatira lines up a flip reset. Exotic should be able to block this one away, but KC start off the OT better.
10 seconds in, but look, it's already that KC pressure. Atto up high, just wants to get one touch in. That's good for Monkey Moon. Doesn't need to make the touch and ends up progressing down the pitch completely backwards. Rise, challenging versus Exotic.
Karmine Corp's got the pressure early here.
Awkwardly rotating around, gets 1, gets 2, but ends up falling back into the corner.
Lovely bump there, play from Atto.
Monkey Moon needs to make a play here.
Alone there to clear this ball away.
There we go. Pass over to Drali. Drali off the sidewall. 1 touch, second touch.
He goes for it. Atto gets the block.
So we approach this first minute gone in the overtime. It's now BDS with pressure. Now Monkey Moon with a catch, with a dribble round. See the player central. Unfortunately for him, it's Atto. Exotic dribbling towards that back corner. Again, we're seeing a little bit of calm start to approach right before this storm hits full force.
As said before, though, Karmine Corp will be more than pleased with that. That's how they want this overtime to go. Calm and collected. Bit of chaos from BDS brewing, maybe. Exotic is up all alone. He goes for the shot, but Rise gets the save.
Rise now finding Atto. Central finds Rise. Only a 50 in the midfield with Drali. Monkey Moon with a lot of boost here, a lot of ambition to get yet another win underneath his belt. Drali challenges versus a single defender, but that single defender is Atto, and he's not letting it squeak through.
Charlie's trying to get some bumps and demos on his way out, but instead he just has to settle for the boost. Target hit, Vatira somehow stays tall.
Got slapped about in his own net and still stayed in the perfect position to save it away. Atto with a reset tries to go low, but blocked out again by Monkey Moon. We approach 2 minutes. Vatira approaches the net, gets the bump, but Exotic with sheer determination can keep it out.
Nerves of titanium there to bait the bump, stay grounded, somehow get the save. BDS remain alive, but for how long? Vatira has Rise to his right. It's the age of duo, and he almost wigs it in. Monkey Moon approaches. He arrives at the near post. The continuous
No one's there.
He gets the goal.
Wow, and Karmine Corp survive.
Qualifier in a row.
Wow.
Karmine Corp remaining unbeaten in main events, battling the greatest BDS
crazy,
that we
man.
have seen so far this season. But the Kings stay on top of Europe, and that is going to be the 5th RLCS the 5th RLCS win in any tournament for Karmine Corp.
Damn.
When you suspect it's not going to be the last, Stumpy. Handshakes and congratulations come out between player and coach.
That's insane.
7 in a row for now.
Outrageous.
Rise and Vatira, they are back with a bang. And Atto, he has been brilliant for them.
It's outrageous that we have the quality of teams fighting at the top, and that's then when you don't even consider that Vitality aren't there, that Gentle Mates aren't there either. The Oxygen didn't make it up there. That was a Game 7 thriller overtime.
That was a great,
goal.
yeah, that was a great game, man.
What on earth? Well done to Karmine Corp, to every single person that went for Karmine Corp in the predictions all over the place, whether it's channel points, whether it is just in your hearts too. And BDS put on an incredible fight against, as we've been saying the entire time, the Titans of Europe.
It's the second time in a row that Team BDS have taken Karmine Corp to Game 7. The only team out there in Europe that seem anywhere near capable of doing that is Team BDS. They will continue to get better, Stumpy. These guys are not going away.
BDS, my word. You've not quite made the major yet, but every single person wants to see you there, and you're not going to have to achieve that.
So
that,
what, like Karmine
at the
Corp
end
BDS,
of
I think as long as they make
final
Swiss?
regional, if it does come down to that.
That's
Karmine
crazy.
Corp taking it to 7 with that BDS side is something that you love to see as a fan of Rocket League.
What a battle at the end there from Team BDS. I think they equalized with 2 seconds left. The errors were coming in. The exhaustion was palpable. Still, they continued to fight. And Team BDS comes second to Karmine Corp, Stumpy.
Rise and Material, Game 7.
All right, champ. Y'all know how it goes.
Desk, take it away.
Well, if
We don't normally watch like the after show and stuff, man. I appreciate y'all coming through and hanging out with your boy. Great games today for EU, man. That was an awesome top 4. I feel like even though the first 2 series only got done in 5, I felt like still some pretty good Rocket League, right? But man, great grand finals. BDS, Karmine Corp, definitely worth it, man. Mine and Beyond at 3:15-ish, probably, yeah. Hit me up in Discord, let me know when you're done. I'm probably gonna grab some food and at least step away for a minute, but I'll be down to game some in a little bit, for sure. Chat this week starts up TEC, so I'm not sure what my schedule's gonna look like. We'll at least try and get a episode of the podcast out. I didn't get 2 out last week, so we might just go back to 1. We'll see. I also don't need to make it so I need to feel like I need to get 2. If I get 2, I get 2. If I only get 1, I only get 1. I think maybe that might just be the best way of putting it. But we got a lot of casting coming up this week. I'm on Frost tomorrow night. TEC starts up Tuesday through Thursday. Collegiate is going to be going on Wednesday night, of course. Like it's been going. I don't know if I'm doing Stride yet or not. And then we've got SSA RLCS at the weekend, man. So if y'all are watching, y'all enjoy Rocket League, definitely make sure y'all hitting a follow over on Twitch, sub over on YouTube. Feel free to join the Discord down below in the description if you're over on YouTube, or you just use exclamation point Discord on Twitch. And I think that's going to do it for us, man. Till we catch y'all back here for the next one. Don't forget, with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere. Game hard and love hard. All right, y'all. Catch you guys later. Love y'all. Peace. I'm out here.